For 45 years, heartbreak has plagued Falmouth. Since 1980, the Cape Cod crown has stayed just out of reach. And last season, the Commodores took a step backward.
2024 season comes to an end on a rainy night at Spillane Field as the Gatemen close it out and defeat the Commodores.
But this summer, everything changes. A new era begins at Fuller Field with a new voice in the dugout. 2013 World Series champion Jared Saltalamacchia is here to lead the charge.
Swinging a line, right base hit into left field. That's the ball game. The Red Sox have rallied to win game 2. They've won it. The Sox have won it 6-5. Jared Saltalamacchia with a walk-off base hit.
New leadership, new hunger, and one mission: bring Cape Cod glory back to Falmouth. So wherever you are, sit down and get ready. The doors are on the air. This is Falmouth Commodores baseball, and it starts right now.
We welcome you to Game 16 of the season. We are opening the door before a game between Falmouth and Cotuit. Alongside Ben Haller and Andrew Delapiana, I'm William Rosen. Ben, an impressive game last night, and there was no winner.
Yeah, this is 3 straight games now for Falmouth where there's been a lot of runs. Another 9-9 tie, added an 8 because YD doesn't have lights. Look, this isn't soccer. I don't really know how to feel about these ties. It's kind of a weird kick to the Cape Cod Baseball League. They play in 10 innings, a lot of teams not having lights. But I think against the best team in the league, you're going to take it.
Andrew, some impressive individual performances in that 9-9 tie for Falmouth.
Yeah, Ben just hit the nail on the head. A lot of guys really finding success in the middle part of the season, especially Carl Schmidt, Chris Newstrom really finding their stride. Schmidt went 4 for 5 last night, a 2-run home run, and Chris Newstrom really setting the tone as well, getting his first multi-hit game of the season. Guys, he entered into yesterday's contest with just 3 hits, finally getting back to his swing because he's been raking in BP, finally showed off last night at YD.
As we head into Lowell Park, Ben, Cotuit on a hot streak.
Yeah, they're a team that I think, similar to Falmouth, took a little bit of time to get going, at least on the offensive side of things. They're one of those teams, a lot of teams are starting to dwindle down in terms of quantity of guys on their roster. We still see very different rosters from Cotuit, but there's a couple guys I really like on that roster. Andrew Wiggins, I'm a homer with the Indiana
Of course
Hoosiers.
you are, yeah.
But they're a team that's got a lot of firepower.
It's Cotuit and Falmouth coming up soon.
On Cape Cod, another edition of Cape Cod Baseball League baseball. The Falmouth Commodores take game number 16 to Cotuit between the Kettleers. His first pitch coming up in just about 8 minutes. We'll send it to a quick interview with Caden Eshman with Will Rosen on Cape League TV.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. I'm here with Ashton Wilson. Ashton, you joined the team yesterday. What are your first impressions of this Falmouth Commodores team?
I enjoyed it. We got a good group of guys. They want to win, so it's exciting.
You come yesterday, your first game. It ends up in a tie. Have you ever been a part of a tie game in baseball before?
No, I haven't. That's the first time, I think. I mean, maybe in like T-ball. That'd be it, yeah.
What were the vibes in the dugout once that last inning was hitting? It seemed like the atmosphere was changing.
Yeah, it got a little chirpy. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was just good vibes.
This year in Florida, 2 years under your belt at U of F, and what's going into your 3rd year?
Same thing. We're looking for a national championship, so I mean, working the whole fall, getting to a point where we can make that happen. So.
What are you looking for this summer individually? You joined the team a little bit later, but this summer you're trying to improve yourself, right?
Yeah, just looking for good at-bats, finding a swing that's going to produce some good at-bats and quality at-bats, so yeah.
In your time here so far with coach and manager Jared Saltalamacchia, what have you learned from him, and what are you trying to take from one of the best in Boston?
Yeah, I mean, he's already taught me a ton about the swing, and I've worked with him, only 2 days now, but there's been a good amount of knowledge that I've gotten from him, so it's been good.
We look forward to see what you could do in a Commodores uniform, Ashton.
I appreciate it.
Ben, back to you.
National anthem's been sung, starting lineups have been announced, and we're just a few minutes away from baseball here at Lowell Park. Ben Haller alongside Andrew Della Piana. William Rosen is the third member of our crew, as the Commodores have sat at 500 now for a few days. They got back to 7-7 for the first time since the first week, and then tied last night in a very high-scoring game against the best team in the league, the Red Sox.
I would say a very well-earned tie at that. Multiple times we had 5 different lead changes in this one, but it felt like a game where YD was pulling away at certain points, but Falmouth, the big answer coming in that 7th inning, where it came to a point in the game where we weren't really sure when that ball game was going to end, but Jared Saltalamacchia pushes the right buttons, takes out Kyle Morrison at first base after a leadoff single as he was a pinch hitter. Justin Osterhaus eventually comes around to score to tie that ball game. So things are working well right now for Falmouth, starting to figure things out, especially on the offensive end, Ben.
We talked a lot in the beginning of opening the door about individual performances. We really emphasized Carl Schmidt. How about Chris Newstrom, though we mentioned him, didn't go into too much detail. He really broke out last night, hitting his first home run of the summer.
And it was a much-needed breakout game for him. He's kind of talked about his struggles with us and how he's still trying to find his form, because we've seen him batting practice. He hits the baseball pretty well. Again, BP is completely different than your standard game. Only came into last night with 3 hits. Walks out of there with 2 more for his first multi-hit game of the season. And you can tell as he was rounding the bases on that home run, just a massive sigh of relief came off his shoulders to finally get that first one across for home run number 1 of the season.
For the Cotuit Kettleers, 2 big wins the last 2 days against the division leader in the East, the division leader in the West. That includes a total of 19 runs. These Falmouth Commodores have scored a total of 26 runs in the last 3 games. So it could be another game we expect to see a lot of offense. But Falmouth will throw out their ace so far this season in Caden Eschman. It's a battle of 2 guys coming from mid-major programs this past year. Eschman from Northern Kentucky, obviously, and Kenton Deverman from Evansville.
And he had a little bit of a down year, if you will, with the Aces. Came in with some lofty expectations, was a freshman All-American last season, but just really didn't produce at the rate that I think his team was expecting. You drop that ERA. What was really impressive last year, south of 5, that creeps a little bit more towards 6 this past year, and really it just was kind of the hits were the biggest thing. He was only allowing about a hit per inning. Last year as a freshman, that creeps up to a little bit to about almost 2 per frame, and that really cost him in the later parts of the season.
The Cotuit Kettleers take the field just a minute away from first pitch, and Kenton Deverman, the numbers so far, he'll make his 4th start today. Or 4th start this season. 3.86 is his ERA and a total of 11 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 5 earned runs in 16 2/3 innings. Just 1 walk for 10 strikeouts for him. The command was the best part of even the down last year at Evansville in the Missouri Valley Conference, and he will face a Falmouth Commodore lineup That looks like this. Carl Schmidt, after the hot day, will lead off. He's on the bench playing DH today. Antonio Morales bats second at plays right. Adrian Lopez again batting third at short, followed by Mike Anu, the cleanup hitter at center. Ken Schmidt back at first base batting fifth. Justin Osterhaus back in the lineup after a couple of off days. He's playing third base today. Rounded out by Bear Harrison behind the dish, his fellow Aggie Ben Royo at second, and Chris Newstrom in left field. The umpires for today's game. Behind home plate is maybe the tallest umpire we've seen in the Cape League so far this season, Jake Brichta. Mickey Garcia at first, Jim Fonesca at third base. The first pitch temperature, 81 degrees. It is completely sunny, not many clouds in the sky, and a real feel of 81 degrees as well. So really not much wind going on. It's a deep ballpark here at Lowell. The American flag just barely blowing out, but it's not much. Dimensions here at Lowell Park, 320 down each line and 399 to dead center. And we are underway here for game number 16 of the Cape League season. A breaking ball high. First pitch coming in right at 5 o'clock to the hot hand, Carl Schmidt. He was 4 for 5 yesterday. Now a fastball inner part of the plate comes in at 1-1. Got that batting average all the way up to 319. It was less than 300 before yesterday's game. It jumped about 25 percentage points. 1-1 pitch is another slider upstairs. So Schmidt early in the driver's seat of this at bat.
I'll do you one better. It jumped a total of 59 points from last night.
Sitting around that 270 area. Now a 2-1 slider cut out and missed. Kind of same spot. Maybe got it to clip the top part of the zone, but he swung away anyway. So even 2-2 count to get us started. And right away we see Deverman, one of those pitchers that likes to work very fast, doesn't use much of the pitch clock. He winds and deals the 2-2 again. And we'll have an early payoff pitch incoming as it comes back with another slider, tall for ball 3. Deverman, yet another lefty this Commodore lineup is facing. It feels like it's been all lefties, and Carl Schmidt's been hitting those lefties. Punches one at a shallow right. Stevens just now picks it up. A leadoff single and a long at bat for Carl Schmidt to get the Commodores going.
And he's done that a whole lot already this season. Gets those hits late in counts especially. That pitch didn't even look like it was going to be in the zone, but just to be on the safe side, you take the pitch where it's thrown, and that's the other way.
Cotuit Kettleers in their white pinstripe uniforms with those maroon pinstripes and a red Cotuit across the chest numbers in the right bottom right. Falmouth for the second time going with their batting practice jerseys as Antonio Morales will step in the left-handed batter's box and take ball 1 outside. They have that Falmouth Commodores across the chest with just a logo, F logo in the middle of the chest, no number on the front, with just a plain white number on the back. It is one of the hotter days, so you see the Commodores do that. A chopper up the middle, slow one, picked up and short by Farber, throw across to first in time. So they get the run at first, too slow for a chance at a double play though. Schmidt's into second. Farber a part of that defensive alignment that looks like this. It's Andrew Wiggins, Logan Bogenpool, and Nolan Stevens left to right in the outfield. Camden Johnson plays third. Farber at short. Advincula back in the lineup for Cotuit after an off day a couple days ago, plays second base. Braden French moves from catcher to first base today. And it's the Cincinnati Bearcat Jackson Attili behind the plate receiving Deverman. Early runner in scoring position for Falmouth with 1 out in the top of the first inning. Now the first pitch to Adrian Lopez, the Falmouth 3-hitter, is a fastball upstairs for ball 1. Lopez batting average sitting at 241 on the year. He had an 0 for 4 day yesterday, but he did reach on a walk, swinging a better bat as of late. A 1 breaking ball brings Attili outside for ball 1. Ball 2 rather. 9 runs in yesterday's games for Falmouth offense. 8 runs 2 games ago against Bourne, and 9 again against Chatham on Sunday. Lopez went around on a check swing, says home plate umpire Jake Brichta. It's for strike 1, make it a 2-1 count with Schmidt standing at second. Talk about the command being an impressive thing for Deverman. He walked just 8 batters a season ago. Check swing, say he didn't go around. Now on a slider low, so hitters count for Lopez. The bugaboo for him, though, was got hit pretty hard, a .313 batting average against in his 12 starts. All 12 appearances, 4 starts. Lopez pops one sky high out of foul territory. Anderson French going back. The right fielder Stevens coming in, and that'll drop. A play that maybe could have been made kind of into Bermuda's triangle. I'll keep Adrian Lopez alive. It'll be strike 2, and for the second time in the first 3 batters of this first inning, we'll have a payoff pitch coming.
French looked like he sized it up well, moving to his left, and then maybe lost it a little bit and had to make a play over his shoulder. Didn't even get a piece of it at all.
The Commodores in that 9-9 tie did not have a single lead yesterday. Every single frame that YD scored runs, the next frame Falmouth tied it up. They were never able to take the lead, though. They were never down by more than 3. And the payoff pitch is high for ball 4. Just as we were talking about the command, it's just the second walk and now 4 starts on this summer for Deverman. And runners on first and second with only 1 out. It was a game where, you know, the flip side, obviously Falmouth 2-0 in one of those last 3 games, scoring a lot. The flip side of that, though, is they've given up 7 runs 2 games ago, gave up 6 runs back on Tuesday, and of course 9 runs yesterday. So trying to figure out with the pitching staff, but happy to have Eschman on the mound. Now Mike Anu with a fresh count, fastball called strike on the outer part of the plate for strike 1. Anu's been the star for Falmouth this season, still leads the league in home runs and runs batted in. Slugging percentage as well. He's got an OPS of over 1,000. Change up below his knees for ball 1. A quick meeting between Natilli and Deverman. You don't see these a whole lot in mid at bats when the count's just 1-1. But maybe something Natilli's seeing about the windup or delivery from Deverman.
Talked about command being the biggest thing for him this year. And has thrown 8 balls on 15 pitches to start this one.
Mike Anu back in the right-handed batter's box for a lefty on a righty matchup. And the 1-1 pitch out of the stretch. Cut on and missed a little late on that slider. And now Anu's down to a 1-2 count. Deverman's thrown about as many pitches as you can throw through the first 3 batters of this baseball game. Already at 17 pitches. He's only recorded 1 out. Runners on first and second. And the 1-2 pitch is a breaking ball low. There's that curveball at 79 miles an hour. Starting to low a couple of times today. Kent Schmidt on deck for Falmouth. Osterhouse in the hole, good to have him back in the lineup. And the 2-2 pitch is grounded softly foul. It's for a second like could have stayed fair. That ball barely moved after it took an awkward bounce off the grass. New will slowly make his way back to the plate in those light blue, pretty much everything on his arms. He's got the sleeves on both arms, got the batting gloves too. Something he couldn't really wear at Marshall, but now in the transfer portal getting a chance to wear it. Said he used the refund on V-Bucks, that money to buy the extra equipment, and he pops one back out of play for the 6th pitch of this at-bat. Pitch number 7 coming up. Still a 2-2 count on New with Schmidt on second and Lopez on first. Deverman gets the sign, sets the belt, now fires home the 2-2. Hit it to center, bogan pull, ranging back at the wall, and it'll have it for out number 2. Tagging up from second, Carl Schmidt will be in there without a throw, and Adrian Lopez standing at first as the throw goes to second. So they're on the corners now, but a huge second out for Deverman as they get Mike Anu to fly out. And Andrew, this is something we've talked about. We haven't seen a whole lot of balls hit to the outfield, feels like, before the last few games. Mike Anu, everything's going out to the outfield. If it's not a base hit, it's a deep fly out.
He had 2 of those last night, and talking to him after the game, he said he just missed them by just about half an ounce, if you will, half an inch. It feels like on that one there with a hanging curveball over the middle.
Falmouth trying to avoid leaving a couple on and trying to strike first. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for Kent Schmidt, top 1. First pitch slider called, strike top part of the zone. Strike 1 from home plate umpire Jake Brichta. Schmidt 1 for 5 yesterday, scored 1 of the 9 runs. It's after reaching just once the game before that on a hit by pitch. And a grounder to the right side, couple of steps to his left for Advincula, and he dropped it. Schmidt scores easily, just out picked up and right. Lopez to third, and the Falmouth Commodores will get the lead on an error by Cotuit's second baseman, Jared Advincula. They'll take him any way they can get him, and once again, the Commodores take a lead. They have not struck first in each of the last 2 games, but did against Chatham on Sunday. So it's the same situation now, too. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. It's Osterhaus at the plate now, but a 1-0 Falmouth lead at the top of the first. Osterhaus fouls the first pitch he sees since Sunday, back and out of play.
Feels similar to the 2 runs that Falmouth got across last night on the error over at third base by Jack Bell, where it just completely, he went Bill Buckner style there between the legs.
And it is just now officially ruled as an error by Jared Advincula, so no RBI on that play from Schmidt. Now Osterhaus hits one into left. Andrew Wiggins is going to take a couple of steps up, and he'll have it on the sprint for out number 3. So Deverman has to battle around an E4 that lets a run score. Commodores an early 1-0 lead. We'll get a first look at Caden Eschman as we head to the bottom of the first on Cape League TV.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
My name is Kent Schmidt, and I play first base from Georgia Tech, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Just half an inning into this one, Falmouth already on top of the Cotuit Kettleers here at Lowell Park. The first meeting between the Commodores and Kettleers on the season. It's the first of 5, and they'll play another one tomorrow night. But this is the last of the other 9 opponents Falmouth will see. So after tonight, we'll have seen all 10 teams in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Falmouth got a run on an error from Jared Advincula, who will lead off this inning and see Falmouth's ace right-hander, Caden Eschman, starting to run out of innings on this summer. Could be one of his last starts. Of course, got 1 inning appearance in that Cape Cod League All-Star game versus the MLB Draft League All-Star team.
Leading off for the Kettleers,
the lefty Jared Advincula steps in.
Number 7, Jared
making the transfer from one Schmidt on this Falmouth Commodore team to the other. Was Carl Schmidt's teammate at Cal a season ago. He goes to Georgia Tech this offseason to go play with Kent Schmidt. A huge addition to that Georgia Tech infield that was already looking like it could be one of the best for this next season. Eschman always works out of the stretch, and the first pitch will come in at a changeup in the dirt for ball 1. Numbers for Eschman so far this year. He's making his 4th start as well. Total of 12 innings. ERA 2.25. Just given up 3 earned runs in those 12 innings. He has not been pulled in the middle of an inning yet this year, but he offers another fastball in the dirt. So a 2-0 count for Jared Advincula, who led this Cape Cod Baseball League in batting average and base hits a season ago. Nice ball called, strike on the inner corner for strike one. Rising junior from Santa Clara, California, was an on-base machine a season ago at Cal. Back in his freshman year, he had a 27-game on-base streak. That was sort of in the middle of April, early May. Fouls one off his own foot, goes 2-2. Second team All-ACC member a season ago.
You think about the prowess that Georgia Tech is adding with the Vincula now in the lineup. A guy like Drew Burris or Alex Hernandez, already some real stars for the Yellow Jackets, and not another.
Ashman set of the chest to fire home the 2-2. Change up, tipped into the mitt of Bear Harrison. Ashman's already got himself his first strikeout of the day. One gone early in this inning.
Dean West, UCLA.
In his first 3 starts, Ashman's got 19 of them. That started with a very good appearance against Chatham on opening day, where he himself had 8 strikeouts. Now Dean West, a little bit of a later addition for the Cotuit Kettleers, because he was, of course, in Omaha with the UCLA Bruins. He'll square around to bunt. It's fouled back. He'll have to come back to home plate and get started with an 0-1 count with 1 out and nobody on base at the bottom of the first. A true leadoff hitter for UCLA through the first half of the year. He had a 500 batting average in leadoff situations. Now, a lot of guys, those numbers are skewed because they don't get a lot of leadoff situations, but Dean West is the leadoff hitter, so obviously going to get a lot. An everyday starter and center for the Bruins after just 12 starts his freshman year. 0-1 changeup above West's head, or a 1-1 count. Ashman pushed back a little bit in that rotation because of the appearance in Citi Field in that All-Star Game exhibition. One fastball escapes the mitt of Bear Harrison. It's inside, but one that Harrison could have had. No harm, no foul with nobody on base, but it puts West ahead of the count, 2-1. Hitting .333 in very limited sample size, just 15 at-bats so far. He's 5 for 15. He's got a hitter's 3-1 count as Ashman tried another fastball, this time off the plate. Still looking for his first home run on the year and first RBI. He's got an 879 OPS through those first 15 ABs. 3-1 pitch, hit high in the air, back to right. Antonio Morales looking up at the wall, and he's got it at the wall for out number 2. West almost got that first home run and RBI of the season, gave it a good ride, but Morales was there.
Morales, I think he overstepped it just a little bit. Still trying to figure out the configurations of this ballpark, where he got pretty close to the fence and then realized a couple more steps in. Made that play.
Now it's the 3-hitter Ryan Farber. 291 so far on the year. He's got himself 6 RBIs as opposed to West. Another righty on lefty matchup. Ashman misses the zone on a fastball. Farber, the rising junior from San Antonio, Texas. Texas State Bobcat. 1-0 fastball called. Strike top half of the outer corner. So 2 gone early for Ashman. Just 1 more. Farber, of course, committed to Auburn this offseason in the transfer portal. Last season with Texas State, his batting average was down a little bit from his freshman year. He had an awesome first season at Texas State. 2-1 pitch, fastball out again. The batting average dipped 73 points from his freshman to his sophomore year. He hit 267 last year after hitting over 300. Comes home with a 2-1, grounded right at Falmouth's second baseman, Ben Arroyo. That'll throw over to first for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Caden Ashman. More of the same for the new Kentucky Wildcat. Commodores take a 1-0 lead after 1 here at Lowell Park on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray. owner of Falmouth's historic clam shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
I'm Ben Royo, shortstop from Texas A&M University, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Ken Deverman back out to the mound for the Cotuit Kettleers, a 1-0 lead, but it was an unearned run back in that top of the first inning. Commodore scored on an error by second baseman Jared Advincula. Now it's the bottom third of the Falmouth lineup to start the top of the second. Bear Harrison, Ben Royo, Chris Newstrom, an all-SEC and all-2024 National Championship third of the lineup. Bear Harrison's catching today for the Commodores, and will take the first pitch. Slider, called strike on the outer part of the plate. First thing you notice about Deverman through an inning plus is he really uses that slider.
And I think, too, with this pretty hefty righty lineup, he's going to use it a whole lot in this one, Ben.
Offers a breaking ball low. It's just 79 miles an hour. Comes back with a curveball, but he hasn't really been able to get that curveball back up in the zone, at least in that first inning. You talked about how impressive his freshman year was, named a freshman All-American in the Missouri Valley Conference Freshman of the Year. Swings through a fastball for strike two, and I know, Evansville in the Missouri Valley Conference, a conference that I think is one of the more underrated conferences. Also, you look at the year he had a freshman, or that really nice freshman season, as Harrison pops one down the first baseline. Going to be a tough play on it for French, and he will make the play for out number one. Quick disclaimer before we get back to Deverman. We have a tough view and angle down the right field line, so some of those plays in foul territory, I'm just getting a hand signal, so it's a late call. You hear the claps about 5 seconds before we call the out. But, and did make that play for out number one. But that's an Evansville team in Deverman's freshman year that made a super regional. Ended up bowing out to a team with a man on deck, Chris Newstrom in Tennessee. Now it's Ben Royo at the plate with one out, nobody on base. This ball called strike right down the middle of the plate. Haven't seen Royo a ton in the lineup as of late. Still below that Mendoza line at 111. Just a few base hits on the year. No home runs or RBIs for him. Now fastball top part of the plate. Fastball, and it's no 2 count.
That Missouri Valley Conference has been making some serious noise. Think about the run Murray State just made of the College World Series.
Well, I think the most impressive thing is the Missouri Valley Conference does have a history of being a decent baseball conference. As Royo rips one back up the middle, that'll get all the way into center for a base hit. 1 out, 1 on now for the Commodores. 100 miles an hour off the bat, just a barrel up the middle, and an up the middle approach for Royo. He stands on first, so one of the more speedy Commodores on base. Now a Tennessee volunteer. Chris Newstrom comes to the plate. But back to the point about the Missouri Valley Conference, how much of a history it has. Murray State and Evansville aren't really two of the teams who you think of when you think about that history. Nice ball top part of the plate. You think about Missouri State having a really good baseball program. Dallas Baptist, of course, no longer in the Missouri Valley Conference, but they were in it for a very long time when they had a lot of their success. 0-1, 1 on, 1 out. Newstrom fouls one back and out of play. Of course, broke out yesterday with a 2-for-4 day. Ripped a 2-run home run that got the Commodores within 2. Check that, within 1 of the Red Sox. Whether Falmouth tied it up, Red Sox couldn't do anything about it. Throws a curveball low and in the dirt for ball 1. Back-to-back at-bats, where Deverman's gotten ahead on the count 0-2. But Arroyo with a good approach, standing on first base. Now Newstrom trying to get back in the at-bat. Before you flip the lineup card over to Carl Schmidt on deck. Change up, now hit it to shallow left, and that'll get down. Couple of hops before it's picked up by Wiggins. Arroyo just moves up 1 base, and there's 2 on the pads. Both 8 and 9 hitters for Falmouth with singles. Top of the lineup coming up.
2 guys that haven't had a whole lot of success early this season. That's just hit number 6 for Newstrom, 3 on the year for Arroyo. Back of the line doing the job.
And it's Carl Schmidt already for the 2nd time today, and he already has himself a single. It's the one that came around to score on the air. First pitch bounces up and in the dirt. Both Arroyo and Newstrom thinking about moving up, and a throw to second as Arroyo gets back in there. They'll stay at their bases, being there safely. Now a 1-0 count for Schmidt.
Thought Tilly maybe had a chance there at first. As Newstrom was a little bit farther off the bag, I think he made a thought that Arroyo was going to third.
Yeah, all the attention from Tilly went to second. Now the 1-0 pitch is hit back up the middle. Could be 2. Picked up by Farber. Steps on second. Throw to first in time for out number 3. Farber does it himself to get Cotuit out of the top of the 2nd inning. Falmouth with a couple of base hits, but a double play to avoid damage. We head to the bottom of the 2nd. Still Commodores in control. 1-0 on Cape League TV.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
I'm Mike Anu, outfielder from Marshall University, and you're listening to Commodore Baseball on Cape League TV.
Hayden Eshman back out to the mound for his 2nd inning of work. Welcome back into Lowell Park on Cape League TV. Doors on the radio. The Commodores are playing 2nd of 2 straight road games after a trip to the East Division's YD last night. Now playing another divisional opponent where the Commodores do sit at just 2-3 in the division so far. Both of their division wings are coming against the Bourne Braves. Couple of losses to the Harbor Hawks and 1 to the Wareham Gatemen as well. But the Commodores at the moment sit alone in 2nd place of that West Division. Quick 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the first for Eshman, so he gets the middle 3rd. Now it's Caden Bogenpool, the Cotuit center fielder, takes a first pitch fastball called strike, bottom part of the plate. Bogenpool 1 for 3 and his only 3 at-bats on the Cape this season. Was a newer addition for the Kettleers. That 1 base hit though, a 3-run home run. Offensive explosions in back-to-back games for the Kettleers. So that 3-run home run from Bogenpool. Andrew Wiggins had himself a grand slam last night. He stands on deck. 1-1 pitch, chopper right down the first base line and foul before it gets to the first base bag.
And his story to start the summer is interesting. because even after his season at Missouri State, only got here on Monday, he spent the first couple of weeks playing with the Cape Catfish in his hometown of Jackson, Missouri.
I know, even when we were looking for internships a couple of summers ago and looking at other summer league teams, the Cape Catfish aren't exactly where you think they are.
No, that's very deceiving.
Cape Catfish, Cape League, two very different Capes. The 1-2 pitch tipped just out of the mid of Bear Harrison. He couldn't hang on, so it keeps Bogopol alive with a 1-2 count. Speaking of the Missouri Valley Conference, member of not only the All-Conference second team, also the All-Conference tournament team in the Missouri Valley a season ago. 1-2 changeup way outside for ball 2. That's after he was named a first-team freshman All-American in 2024. Hitting cleanup spot today, but used mostly as the leadoff hitter. He set the school record with 55 walks this past season. Foul back, stay alive, another 2-2 pitch incoming. And my favorite stat too, not only did he set the school record for walks, he set the school's freshman record for home runs with 20. Passing Ryan Howard, who hit 19 in 1999. 2-2 changeup in the dirt again, and we have run full of the first batter of this second inning. All Missouri guy, came from Jackson, Missouri. Not too far to get to Missouri State, had 1,007 OPS last year. 13 bombs to go with 44 RBIs. Stole 8 bases as well. And Eshman comes home with a payoff and a changeup cut on and missed for strike 3. Eshman's got himself his second strikeout of the day. At a long at bat, Eshman stays dialed in for the first out. 4 up, 4 down for the Kettleers so far. Now it's the transfer portal's Andrew Wiggins for a righty on lefty matchup. Eshman ready right as Wiggins steps into the batter's box. Again, still working out of the stretch. Now first pitch fastball outside for ball 1. Wiggins is an Indiana Hoosier the first couple of seasons. Hometown guy from Indianapolis, Indiana. Played his high school ball at Heritage Christian. Played in so many different roles for Indiana in those first 2 years, but he missed a large chunk of this last year due to injury. Slider, called strike, and the top half for strike 1. Hitting 6 different spots in the order. Played all 3 positions in the outfield and DH as well. One fastball. Wiggins leaves off, and it's called a ball outside again. Pretty close call, but it puts Wiggins ahead 2-1. Was one of the biggest recruits in Indiana baseball history. Was the top player out of Indiana when he came into high school, or when he came into college in 2024. But he only got 14 starts his freshman year. A very talented outfield for Indiana. Now slider, called strike on the upper half. Again, 2-2 count with 1 out, nobody on base. In those 14 starts, he had a lot of pinch hit appearances to go with it, and he ended up finishing the season with a batting average north of 300. The payoff. Change up outside for ball 3. They had 3 and 2 on the scoreboard. That was just a 2-2 pitch. Now we're full. Last year, though, batting average dipped down to 256, but still an 868 OPS. Power numbers stayed about the same. 3 home runs to 4 home runs, and a fastball cut on and missed. Eshman blew it by him. That's number 3 for Eshman today, second of the inning. And Eshman has settled down the top of this lineup with ease.
And that's the big thing people raved about him before he got to Cape Cod, was his ability to put away hitters. Top 10 in strikeout percentage nationally, has set the tone here in the Cape in his first 5 starts. Top 5 in strikeouts, whip, and lower opponent's batting average.
Now it's Cam Johnson with 2 outs, nobody on base. Eshman trying to make it back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings. And Eshman's first pitch swinging, fouling 1 out of play. Camden Johnson played his college ball last year at Wichita State. A couple of seasons ago was the All-American Conference freshman team member and All-AAC second team as well. 0-1, way high and above the head of Bear Harrison. It gets all the way to the backstop. Again, nobody on base, though, so not an issue. We've seen a couple of those from Eschman already, but another guy, kind of like Deverman, who just hasn't had really any issues with walks. He's walked 5 batters through 19 strikeouts, make that 22 now if you add in the 3 today. Sets and fires the 1-1. Fouled hard down the left field line. Newstrom gives it chase, eventually gives up. It's out of play.
Should also mention the very large backstop behind home plate. There is plenty of room for runners to get to that extra base and potentially maybe 2.
I don't know if it even feels a little bit bigger, too, now that we're like behind the backstop, but this is definitely
one of the larger ones we've seen.
Oh, yeah, if not the biggest. Johnson back in the left-handed batter's box for the 1-2. Fastball out. Fastest pitch Eschman's throw today. He threw it at 94, but he missed. Now the Deuces are wild with a 2-2 count. 2 outs in the second inning. A 1-0 Falmouth lead. Eschman's faced the minimum through 1 2/3. 2-2 again. Fouled off and hits the foot of Jake Brigta behind the plate. We'll go back to the 2-2 pitch.
And I just love the supreme confidence that Eschman has when there's 2 strikes and breaking out that 12-6 beauty of a curveball.
He's done the curveball a lot and the fastball a lot today. See what he comes back with, the 2-2. Kicks and deals. And that one bounces before home plate. And we'll get to the backstop again. 2 of them of the ball, 2 of the first 3 balls SAB have gone wild. And a payoff coming with 2 outs. Eschman fires the payoff. Hit high, out of play again, and this is turning into a really good at-bat for Cam Johnson. Eschman's now thrown 35 pitches, an inning and 2/3. And this is pitch number 9 of the AB coming up. Johnson's done a really good job fouling off pitches. Johnson chokes up, stares it down, the 3-2, and it's a change up high for ball 4. Cam Johnson is the first Kettleer to reach base today. He'll get down to first base. Now Jack Natilli will be the first to hit with a runner on base. 2 outs. He's batting below the Mendoza line this season on the Cape, 537 OPS, but he does have 3 batted in. Rising junior from Venetia, Pennsylvania. Eschman looks down to first base, now fires home a fastball inside for ball 1. Natilli, part of that All Big 12 second team last year, where he had 338 for the Bearcats. Most impressive thing was the improvement from his freshman to his sophomore season. Played at Rutgers his freshman year. He hit 230. 338 was his batting average last year. Slow chopper that ends up going foul on the third baseline. I think it foul off Natilli's foot. But neither of those are very small sample size either. 44 starts at Rutgers his freshman year, and he started almost every game at Cincinnati last year as either the catcher or the designated hitter. And to be tabbed the second best catcher in a conference that has 16 teams and so many baseball powers. One-two pitch, grounded to the left side. That'll get through for a base hit just past the outreach glove of Adrian Lopez. Hamden Johnson stops at second base, and now the first base hit of the day. Kettleers belongs to Jack Natilli. We'll put 2 on just like that after 2 quick outs. Nolan Stevens. And how about that long at-bat for Camden Johnson, now leading to potentially a runner in scoring position opportunity.
Especially after seeing the first 2 guys go down via the strikeout after 4 or 5 pitch at-bats to battle long enough against Eschman to fight your way on for a 2-out walk.
Now it's Nolan Stevens with 2 on, 2 out. Alrighty on lefty matchup, first pitch fastball outside. Stevens will be taking the trip to Norman, Oklahoma this upcoming season after playing his first couple of years at Mississippi State. SEC to SEC transfer. Lets the 1-0 go on a slider high. He's got the 2-0 count. Eshman still has only let 2 runners on base. 21 of his 41 pitches have been for strikes. That means 20 are balls. This one grounded right down fair, the first base line, picked up by Schmidt, and Eshman covers at first base, take it out of it. So now Cotuit strands a couple of them, but they get their first base runner of the game. As we head to the third, it's Commodores, 1-0. Doors on the radio on Cape League TV.
To dig, lift, move, grade, clear, or cut, pump, weld, clean, light, and just about anything else. Dial up the rental source for the newest and the most reliable equipment in New England. Staffed with equipment and construction experts. Milton Rents, your local source.
On behalf of the Cape Cod Baseball League, we would like to thank the following league partners for their continued support: 99 Restaurants, Badger Sports, the Baldwin Group, Bluebird Dennisport, Bridgewater State University, Cape Destinations. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Commodores look to apply more pressure and take runs of insurance against the Cotuit Kettleers, so we reach inning number 3 at Falmouth's first trip to Lowell Park this season. They'll do it with the top part of their lineup, 2-3-4, with Antonio Morales leading off for the second time today. Kenton Deverman makes his way to the mound for his 3rd inning of work. 1-0 Falmouth lead, out hitting Cotuit at this point 3-1. Cotuit has the lone error through the first two innings. And the first pitch to Antonio Morales. He's a slider called strike on the outer part of the plate. Morales grounded out to short his first time up. It was a slow grounder and got the runner over to second, which ended up making the difference because that run scored on an error. Change up outside for ball 1. Deverman hasn't got a ton of help from his defense so far. Another slider, front door slider, called strike now with the knees. Throwing that high a couple of times, now goes to the lower part of the zone. Morales doesn't offer it either, and now he's down to a 1-2 count. Lines and fires the 1-2. Fouled, now off the bat twice for Antonio Morales, so we'll try the 1-2 again. Morales for the first time got that batting average under 300 in the last couple of weeks. He was 0 for 4 yesterday. Did reach on a walk, but a couple of strikeouts for him too. Feels like an uncharacteristic game for him. Still an OPS around 800. But just the 2 RBIs. It's just his 3rd or 4th game of the 2-hole today this year. 1-2 slider again, this time off the plate for ball 2, even it up. Pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat. Now Morales fouls off a couple of pitches to make this a pretty good at-bat. Comes back with that fastball at 91 miles an hour. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Deverman has not struck out a batter yet through 2 innings. Check swing, and there it is. Called strike 3, top part of the zone. Swing appeal did not matter as Morales is down on strikes. The first for Deverman. Now 3 in the last couple of games for Morales.
And that's a really good spot, even for a guy like Morales. That does a good job of fighting off a lot of pitches in or around the zone with 2 strikes. But when it's placed that perfectly in the outer part of the zone, all you can do is tip your cap.
Now it's Adrian Lopez's turn with 1 out and nobody on. Looking for his first official at bat. He walked his first time up, but his first pitch swinging hard into center. Bogan pull a couple of steps back, readjusts right, and makes the play for out number 2. 7-pitch at bat to Morales, and the first pitch swinging is Lopez. Well, there's 2 quick outs. Now the transfer portal's Micah New, so going to be a good candidate for the MLB draft coming up in about a week and a half. Flied out deep to center his first time up, squares around a bunt hard back into the net.
Don't see a whole lot of that from Micah New.
No. We did see, he had a bunt single back on Sunday, though. We talked about how impressive of a span he's been having power-wise, and then squares around a bunt for a bunt single. It's just the kind of player he is. Got all 5 tools, really fast center fielder. And pops the 0-1 back, so a couple of foul balls, puts him in an 0-2 hole.
And the corner infielders also love it, too. They really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
When you hit the ball 400 feet and then square up a bunt your way.
Makes your job as a first or third baseman really fun, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Now the 0-2 pitch. This time a chopper to the shortstop. And actually it's going to be Johnson, the third baseman, to take it on the run. And he throws him out for out number 3. For the first time today, the Commodores go down in order. As through 2.5, it's still a Commodores 1-0 lead. Andrew Delapiana's got you the rest of the way. Here, Doors on the Radio on Cape League TV.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
We are levitating into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Commodores in front of the Kettleers 1-0. Back alongside Ben Haller. I'm Andrew Delapiana. 9-1-2 up due for Cotuit. Back on the bump for Falmouth is Caden Eschman. Has seen just 8 batters through the first 2 innings. Does have 3 strikeouts with 1 hit allowed that came last inning thanks to Jackson Tilly. Lefty Anderson French to lead things off. Rising sophomore from Virginia Tech, part of that loaded catcher's room with the Hokies, with his teammate David McCann in the other dugout. First pitch from the righty, goes after it, pops it up, shallow infield. Lopez couple steps over from short, calls everybody off and makes the catch for out number 1.
Obviously just 2 1/3 innings in, but it would be nice if Falmouth could kind of just a breath of fresh air if they can get 4 or 5 innings of scoreless or 1-run baseball from their starter. It's been early in the games, the last few games, where they've given up a decent amount of runs, especially yesterday. Devin Sheeran gave up 6 earned in his start. Not his best work.
1 guy, nobody on for Jaron Avincula, back to the top of the lineup. One of the 3 strikeout victims for Eschman in his first time around the order. His first offering. is up and away for ball one. Talked about that big addition for Georgia Tech out of the portal with Avincula going from Cal to Atlanta. 1-0. Breaking ball roped. Foul down the right field line. Also a major get, too, for a Yellow Jackets program that, again, just lost their longtime head coach in Danny Hall. But for them to get a player like that over an SEC program that's been really hard in the recruiting portal, especially look at Texas and Texas A&M and what they've done. 1-1 is above the letters. 2 balls, 1 strike.
We joke about going Schmidt to Schmidt, Cal to Georgia Tech. It's also a very far trip. Hope he's got a pretty good moving company, too, to get his stuff all the way over.
Somehow still in the same conference.
That's my favorite part about it. I was going to get there.
2-1 taken for a strike. 92 miles per hour on the fastball from Eschman.
You know, I feel like every time we're together on these broadcasts, though, we joke about some sort of conference realignment.
I was about to say the same thing. 2-2 is a breaking ball. Can't drop in there.
But it just reminds me that, you know, I don't know if this is ever going to get old. I mean, this has been going on for a couple of years now.
We've been at this, and we've been doing a lot of games together too.
Yeah.
These first 15.
A couple years down the road, we reconnect. Might be talking about it.
3-2 fastball just outside. Couldn't catch the outer third of the plate, and it's a 1-out walk for Avincula.
Designated hitter for the Kettleers, number 36.
I mean, who knows the conference realignment we'll be talking about in 15, 20 years.
We'll have colleges probably overseas in the Big Ten.
In Europe?
Oxford
University will be in the Big Ten in 15 years. Correct. 1 out with a runner on first for the lefty, Dean West, who flew out to right field his first time up. Eschman a long look at first, kicks and deals, pumps in a curveball at 84 miles per hour. You mentioned West's last time around, a rising junior from UCLA. Got off the plane at LAX at Logan Airport on Saturday morning at 1 a.m. About 17 hours later, he was in the starting lineup. The 0-1, taken above the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. They go 1 for 4 in that appearance.
I mean, I don't know if there's a way to describe that other than that just being a dude who loves baseball. I mean, you know how crushing it is? College World Series, double elimination, you lose a couple of games. Obviously make it a very far way, but let's go back and play some Summer League ball.
2 balls, 1 strike after Eschman missed with the curveball. That's a long flight out from LA. It's about 7-8 hours.
Is it really?
Out to Logan.
Jeez.
It's a long one across the country. Never done it myself, but
no, I don't really wish to.
Can't even imagine the jet lag for that. 2-1. Back to the curveball. This one in there for a strike. It just starts so perfectly at the letters of the hitter and then ends up at the knees.
Yeah, Eschman's really mastered it. Showcased it in that All-Star exhibition on Monday, too.
Saw 3 hitters, struck all 3 of them out. Eschman's 2-2. Goes back to it, and it's outside. 1-0 Falmouth in the bottom of the 3rd. Avincula on first after the 1-out walk. Dean West in a full count, the lefty on righty. For the payoff pitch, snap tag back to first on the pickoff, not in time. Thirteen stolen bases in the spring for Avincula. Gotta be careful. Here is the payoff pitch. Spoiled back down the third base line and hitting the netting foul. West does come in a little undersized at 5'10", 180 pounds, but was the 74th overall prospect in his class in 2023. Signed to stay home in Los Angeles. Another 3-2. West jolts it into center, got all of it, and puts it into center field for a base hit. Another long at-bat. This one results in a hit for Dean West. Runners at first and second for Cotuit.
That's 2 at-bats, both with pretty good contact for Dean West. Had a pretty deep fly out to the right his first time up. I think all of us from this angle thought it was gone off the bat, and Now a hard hit single that Lopez had no chance at.
So after the leadoff man was retired, back-to-back runners reach. Avincula at second, West at first for Ryan Farber. Switch hitter bats from the left side against the righty Eschman. One gone, bottom three. Falmouth 1-0 over Cotuit. The pitch. Fastball pumps in there at 92 for a called strike.
Yeah, Eschman got all the way up to 94 on a fastball up, but mostly he's been living at that 92 range on his fastballs so far. Just so impressive how the breaking stuff is the difference in velocity in his fastball and off speed.
Doesn't go to it here on the 0-1 as it misses low. Ball got away from Eschman on the throwback from Harrison. Gave a check over at second, make sure Avincula's not going anywhere.
Pricked it with some words to the Falmouth dugout too.
Eschman the check on second. 1-1. Another breaking ball. It's in there for a strike. All Farber can do is watch it go by. Rising junior heading to Auburn after 2 seasons at Texas State. Hit .290 this season with the Bobcats. 1-2. Fastball just missed above the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Farber is top 5 in the league at the moment with 16 hits. His batting average just about equal to what it was in the spring. 2-2. Outside for ball 3.
Again, you start to look at the pitch count for Eschman. 57 pitches now. And strike rate of just barely above 50%. Start to think maybe the plan is 4 like most of his starts have been. Actually, all of them have been 4. Might be done in 3 if you can't get that pitch count down.
Here is the full count pitch, and Farber gets a piece of it out of the ballpark. And no, that was not the sound of a window. That was the sound effect over the PA speaker.
I've heard that in a lot of stadiums. That might be one of the more realistic ones I've heard because it was so like, it wasn't like it didn't feel like a cartoon glass breaking.
No, it's in. Check at second. Easy dive back for Avincula. That's another long, tedious at bat between the top of the lineup and Eschman. This will be pitch number 7 on the way of this at bat. Runner at second and first. 1 gone, bottom 3. Falmouth 1, Cotuit nothing. A 3-2 count to Farber. The pitch pokes it into right center field, drops in for a base hit. Avincula is getting the wave from third. He'll score with ease. An RBI single for Ryan Farber, and this ball game is tied up at 1 apiece in the bottom of the 3rd.
Yeah, it's that top of the Cotuit lineup that has been so good the last few games. They're really setting the tone for obviously nice offensive performances. Ryan Farber just got a pitch low with the zone and didn't do too much with it back up the middle. Avincula, West, Farber all getting on and moving each other along. It's pitching coach Todd Carroll coming to talk to him.
Go back to that point earlier about Eschman. Has been on for all 4 innings that he has started games. But this one has a little bit of a different feel to it. It feels just these long at-bats, running up that pitch count, and they've seen everything in the kitchen sink he's thrown at them. Dean West is at third base. Ryan Farber at first as Todd Carroll exits the bump. And the rest of the infield returns to its respective positions. Here is the cleanup hitter, Caden Bogenpole. With another runner in scoring position. Eschman stands back up to the bunt. On the first base side, 44 RBIs this past year for the rising junior from Missouri State. Pitch is a breaking ball low. Logan Paul had such a good season. He was selected as a reserve for the U.S. Collegiate Baseball national team that's currently going on in Cary, North Carolina. 1-0. Fastball swings right through it. 1 ball, 1 strike. You mentioned earlier, Ben, that series pop that he has, breaking the single season record for Ryan Howard. Of course, was pretty important for the Philadelphia Phillies in his tenure. 1-1 is slapped the other way, foul down the third base line.
And I'm sure one of the favorites of our producer, Dan Papillo, huge Phillies fan.
That is just completely false. He's been asking himself, why am I a Mets fan for 20 years now?
He and all of Mets country.
Correct. 1-2 is a called strike 3. Right on the outer third. A much needed strikeout for Caden Eschman. That's number 4 on the night for out number 2.
Yeah, that's a strikeout. I'm sure Caden Eschman feels good about himself, but also Todd Carroll, the pitching coach, just after that mound meeting. Sometimes all it takes is that slowing things down and that conversation to settle back in. And now you see a strikeout. See if Eschman can get out of it.
He's got to get through the lefty Andrew Wiggins first. Likes the sign from Harrison, kicks and deals. And Wiggins is take all the way for strike 1. Wiggins has gotten on a whole lot for this Kettleers team so far this summer. Gets on base over 42% of the time thanks to 12 walks. 0-1. Back to the breaking ball, just missing outside. Eschman thought that one found the zone.
Well, that's just what he does. Moved into the leadoff spot early in the year just because of how much he reached back in the spring for Indiana. Had a weekend where in 3 games he walked 8 times.
And also helped the program break the single season hit by pitch record as well. He got plunked 11 times. The Hoosiers this spring, as you know, 92 hit by pitches.
Yep, and the single player hit by pitch record, Tyler Cerny, last year Cotuit Kettleers.
Impressive stuff. 1-1 is above the zone for ball 2.
There's a big Indiana to Cotuit pipeline. Devin Taylor played with Tyler Cerny here in Cotuit last year. Now likely going to go in the first round of this upcoming MLB draft.
Ryan Roberts, the former manager, really knew how to bring those in. 2-1 is a called strike. Goes to that outer third and gets the result he's looking for this time. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on with runners at first and third. 1-1 in the bottom of the third. Eschman looking for big strikeout number 5 to get out of this jam. The pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss from Wiggins. Back-to-back Ks on the curveball for Andrew Wiggins, and Eschman gets out after allowing just the 1 earned run. In the inning for the Kettleers, it is the 1 run off of 2 hits. No errors with 2 left on base. We are tied at 1 through 1/3 of this game. We'll be right back after these messages on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, president of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
On behalf of the Cape Cod Baseball League, we would like to thank the following league partners for their continued support: Cape Space, Cape Cod 5, Cisco Brewers, Cape Cod Healthcare, Hampton Inn, Franklin Sports, Highline Cruises, Jersey Mike's, and of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Top 4 from Lowell Park. First trip for Falmouth this season to Cotuit. Commodores and Kettleers tied at 1 after 3 innings. Back alongside my partner, Ben Haller. I'm Andrew Del Piano. Kenton Deverman, the lefty, back out there for his 4th inning on the job. faces the heart of this lineup, starting with the lefty Kent Schmidt, who reached on an error his first time up. First pitch from Deverman is a ball low, taken below the knees for ball one.
Yeah, good job just getting guys on base that last thing for Cotuit and getting them in. You knew Falmouth knows the drill these last few games now. No longer is 1 or 2 runs going to get it done. Hitters starting to figure out the wood bats.
1-0 taken outside for ball 2.
Carl Schmidt said, even more important than the bats, just stacking days together and getting reps, playing with each other, playing out here in different weather and on different kinds of playing surfaces is the biggest thing.
2-0. Outside once again, 3 balls, no strikes. There hasn't been a lot of different weather conditions or field conditions. All 9 of these Cape Cod fields have been perfect days, perfect nights as well. 3-0 is take all the way from Schmidt for a called strike.
Yeah, if you believe in this kind of thing, people might get mad at me here, but there's still no rainouts so far.
We have not, no.
And this is game 16 of the year.
Knock on wood. Did you knock on wood?
I don't have any wood around me,
That's
so
true.
I'm just going to have to figure it out later.
Here's the 3-1 Schmidt on the ground to the right side, diving effort by Avincula, but it gets under him and gets into right field. Schmidt going to reach on a leadoff single, call it, for base hit number 4 for Falmouth.
7, Justin Osterhaus, third baseman, Alabama.
Vincula going to make a lot of those plays. Got a ton of speed. Obviously not an area to kind of dive to make it, but he's got a lot of range at second.
So Kent Schmidt has reached twice thanks to the error back in the first by Avincula, and then that one gets under his glove. Another lefty, Justin Osterhaus, swings at the first one and slices it foul out of play. For Deverman, the lefty, when he plays ping pong, tennis, and bowling, he's right-handed. 0-1. Chopper foul first base side. Quickly 0-2.
Ping pong, tennis, and bowling, you said?
Right-handed, yep.
The craziest part of that to me is he throws. This is just so hard to process at this point. I mean, bowling is the same as throwing.
One.
I mean,
yeah.
It's the same kind of motion.
0-2, outside on the fastball. Yeah, bowling that left hand, you would think that'd be your dominant for throwing and on either side.
I'm a right-hander, and I'm pretty bad at bowling. Maybe I'll try my left hand.
1-2, Osterhaus spoils it back. Also wears the number 6 at the University of Evansville. It's because he was given a baseball signed before he was born by Stan Musial, and he's loved the game of baseball ever since he could walk. 1-2, Osterhaus gets another piece of it back to the screen. Stan Musial, of course, wore the famous number 6, so that's why he keeps it on. Number 6 for the Aces.
Don't see a whole lot of 6s on the mound.
He's got number 40 on for the Kettleers right now.
That's more of a pitcher's number.
Check over at first, and they nearly got Schmidt on the dive back. Top 4, nobody gone. 1-1 ball game. Schmidt on first after the leadoff single. Osterhaus flew out to left his first time. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch goes upstairs for a ball. Natali has to jump out of his catcher's position. First game in a little bit for Osterhaus. Missed the last couple due to some back pain. 2-2. Ropes one into right field over the head of Avincula in for a base hit. First 2 runners reach for Falmouth, thanks to base knocks.
Good to see Osterhaus back in the lineup, and good to see him with another really good approach. That time got a fastball high, and a lot of times, when you're a hitter, especially someone with the power of Osterhaus, you see a fastball up, you really want to try to drill it. But simple approach.
Well, that will be the last hitter that the lefty and Kenton Deverman faces, as we will have a pitching change for the Kettleers. Commodores with runners at first and second with nobody gone in the fourth. We'll tell you who the new arm is for the Kettleers after a short break.
On behalf of the Cape Cod Baseball League, we would like to thank the following league partners for their continued support: Cape Space, Cape Cod 5, Cisco Brewers, Cape Cod Healthcare, Hampton Inn, Franklin Sports, Highline Cruises, Jersey Mike's, and of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Pitching change for Cotuit. They go to the rising junior from Arizona State. The right-hander Wyatt Halverson replaces Kenton Diverman, and he inherits runners at first and second. Nobody gone top four. Falmouth and Cotuit all tied at 1 apiece. Back alongside Ben Haller, I'm Andrew Del Piano. 6th appearance for Halverson. He's been tremendous out of the bullpen. A sub-2 ERA. Does have an 0-1 record. 7 hits allowed, 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, and he's been a pretty consistent, maybe 2 innings guy out of the bullpen. 10 2/3 through his first 5 appearances. Strikeouts are the big thing for him, like I talked about. A lot like Deverman, doesn't walk a whole lot of batters either, only 4 on the year.
First to meet him is the righty Bear Harrison. The Commodores started out this inning with the pair of base hits, one from Schmidt, one from Osterhaus. Another runner in scoring position. Commodores so far 0 for 4 in that spot so far. Infield at double play depth. Halverson comes set of the belt. And his first pitch is on the ground to third base, collected by Johnson. Over to second for 1, the turn in time for the double play. Can't do it better than that out of the bullpen. 1 pitch, 2 outs. Schmidt does advance up to third, though, but a costly blow for Falmouth.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a better first pitch you could possibly have besides maybe a triple play. But sometimes putting the ball in play can not be, or could be the worst case scenario in a situation like that.
So now the righty Ben Royo has to step up. He goes after the first one. Also grounded to Johnson. Throws across the diamond. It is in time. Camden Johnson does it all. After there was nobody out, runners at first and second. Cotuit gets out of it completely unscathed. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. With 1 left on base, time for the bottom of the 4th. Cotuit and Falmouth still tied at 1 apiece on Cape League TV.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
I'm Bear Harrison, catcher from Texas A&M College, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Falmouth. Caden Eschman back out there after he's thrown a lot of pitches in this one, Ben. So far, it's been 72 for him. And the guy that leads it off is the lefty who just had a part in all 3 outs to end that last half inning. Camden Johnson digs in.
Yeah, Eschman's had the ability to work out a jam so far, but again, maybe not the cleanest we've seen through the first 3 innings for him. Got off to a promising start, retired the first 5 quickly.
Starts off Johnson with an inside changeup.
But after he gave up that run, had the meeting with Falmouth pitching coach Todd Carroll, it was a very quick 2 strikeouts after that to get out of it.
The 1-0. Another fastball outside though. 2 balls, no strikes. Johnson, the rising junior from Wichita State. Turned 20 years old at the beginning of October. 2-0. Fastball just above the zone. 3 balls, no strikes. Gonna wonder how many hitters Caden Eschman still has in him. Talked about that plug has usually been pulled after 4 innings of work. 3-0 is way up and out for ball 4. A leadoff walk for Camden Johnson. He's got 2 of them in this ball game.
Yeah, now you got to think the leash is tiny right now for Caden Eschman too. Usually one of the worst signs to 4-pitch walk like that, especially to begin an inning, but he's telling Jared Saltalamacchia in the dugout that he's okay. He wants to stay in.
1 out, nobody on for the righty Jackson Attili, who has one of the 3 hits so far for Cotuit. Eschman takes a look over at first, kicks and deals. Lofted towards center field, couple steps over for New. He hauls it in for out number 1.
Yeah, we went over the dimensions at the beginning of this game. One of the deeper ballparks, 399 to dead center. It does take a lot for balls to get out of here today.
So after that 4-pitch walk, Eschman gets first man gone off a 1 pitch. Back to another lefty in this heavy lefty lineup, as he saw the only righty in Attili just now.
I believe it's TJ Coates warming up in the Falmouth bullpen right now too.
First pitch, Nolan Stevens is in there. Rising junior transferring to Oklahoma after 2 seasons at Mississippi State. Currently batting .217 through 14 games here on Cape Cod. The 0-1 is a ball. Stevens a ground out to first. Back to end the bottom of the 2nd. Left 2 runners on for Cotuit. 1-1. Swing up the middle. Corralled by the second baseman Arroyo. Flips on to short for Lopez. Turns it in time for an inning-ending double play. So the Commodores return the favor to end the bottom of the 4th. We are rolling along here from Cotuit. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 1 through 4 here on Cape League TV.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
I'm Adrian Lopez, an infielder from University of Southern California, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
tied at 1 with Wyatt Halverson back out there for his second inning of relief. Got those 2 big plays to the third baseman Camden Johnson to end the 4th inning after he got runners at first and second, nobody on.
Yeah, both teams have done a very good job getting runners on today. It's just them getting them in part that hasn't been. It's been okay. Obviously, 1 run through 5, but 2 teams that have scored a lot of runs the last couple of games.
9-1-2 due up for the Commodores, starting with the righty Chris Newstrom. First offering from Halverson is a breaking ball that's above the zone for ball 1. Newstrom coming off that big night last night, 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs. Entered into last night's contest, 3 for 29 to begin the summer. 1-0, check swing at the fastball. Did he go around? No, he didn't, said first base umpire Mickey Garcia. And when we asked him during batting practice about what went different, he just said, being calm, letting the ball travel to me and not going after it. 2-0. Fastball once again outside, just missing that outer third. 3 balls, no strikes to Newstrom.
You also saw him working with manager Jared Soltolamakia about just a small change, getting the hands away from the head to get the bat and the barrel a little bit lower and the hands moving more.
3-0 is taken inside for ball 4. Didn't need to use the bat on that one, as it is a 4-pitch walk to lead off the 5th.
And that is something, even when he did struggle, that he did a decent amount. For his walk. Had 3 of them in that big win over Chatham on Sunday.
Back to the top of the lineup for Carl Schmidt, who is 1 for 2. Rounded into an inning-ending double play back in the 2nd. The rising redshirt sophomore from Cal Berkeley. First pitch, the fastball above the letters for ball 1. 5 consecutive pitches outside the zone for Halverson to start this frame. Schmidt was masterful last night, going 4 for 5. Up that average 60 points up to 319. 1-0. Fastball popped up, Schmidt towards the first base side. Does it have enough to get out? Yes, it does. It's just the top of the netting before trickling out of play.
Decent amount of seating down the first and third base lines here at Lowell Park too, especially compared to some of the other leagues. This is one of the nicer ballparks we were talking about beforehand. It's one of the few we hadn't seen yet.
Great view to take in another beautiful night here on Cape Cod, just about 80 degrees. 1-1, Schmidt goes after the slider, and he chased it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That just leaves Harwich, that lone ballpark we haven't seen yet. See you in the middle of next week.
Halverson, a check over at first. Have you had a favorite you've been to yet, Ben?
This is definitely in contention with Chatham. I think those are my 2 favorite. Of course, I was sick the game you guys went to Orleans, so I've heard some pretty good
Eldridge
things
is
too.
beautiful. Very well taken care of as well. 1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Check down to first, not in time, as it was a quick pop-up throw from Natilli. But that is the first out after Carl Schmidt strikes out.
Number 2, Antonio Morales, the right fielder, Wake Forest.
1 gone in the top of the 5th. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 1. Newstrom on first after the leadoff walk. Here's the lefty Antonio Morales, who does have a strikeout his last time around. Has been an on-base machine so far for the Commodores this season. Another check over at first. Newstrom back in with a dive. Morales has gotten on base over 44% of the time. That's top 5 on the Cape. He is 0 for 2 tonight, though. Halverson, another look over, and they got him. Newstrom off the bag.
Oh, a balk.
Oh, beforehand, the first base umpire called him out, and then the third base umpire, Jim Fonesca, called it a balk, and now Lauren Hibbs, the first-year manager for Cotuit, out to argue this call. So the two base umpires had differing calls.
Of course, balk is one of those things that just takes one umpire to see something unusual about it. It's not always the first base umpire paying too close of attention. There's a warning to Lauren Hibbs.
42 years of coaching, that's the first time I've ever seen the off-umpire call a balk like that. 42 years, first time right there.
And I don't know if you can hear it in the crowd mic.
Safe to say Lauren Hibbs is not happy about that call.
What he's upset about, too, is the runner was at first base. Usually that is the first base umpire's call, like you were talking about. Vaneska is the third base umpire in this situation, positioned at second base. For him to make that call is rare. And word for word, what you heard from Hibbs, in 42 years he's been in the league, he's never seen the off umpire call a balk. That's what he's upset about.
Either way, that puts Newstrom at second base with one out. The first pitch to Morales is popped up and slicing out of play.
Which it is. I mean, it's an interesting point. I'm trying to recall if I've ever seen an off umpire call a balk.
I think too, with the way that quote unquote third base umpire is positioned with only a runner at first, between first and second, that feels like that could be either way, to be honest. The 0-1 just above the letters of Morales, using that size there at 5'9" to his advantage a little bit.
Hibbs still has given a little bit to the umpiring crew.
1-1. Another fastball just above the letters again. Morales being in this two spot, we even mentioned it a couple nights ago. He's not really used to having runners in scoring position. No. Just the 2 RBIs so far this season.
We'll see it a little more, though, with him batting second, getting moved out of that leadoff spot.
2-1. Swing and a miss. 92 on the fastball from Halverson. Count even at 2-2 to number 2. Newstrom stands at second, one gone in the top of the 5th. Kettleers and Commodores tied at 1. First meeting of the season. And a pitch clock violation on Morales. That's going to be strike 3. Oh my.
And Morales was in the batter's box. He just wasn't looking up at the pitcher. Of course, the rule states you got to be in the box and at least attempting to look at the pitcher by a certain point of the pitch clock. And Lopez was looking down. I feel another call. You see it a lot. It's not something that's called completely by letter of the law. But I don't know, maybe a bit of a makeup call from someone who wasn't even involved on that last one. And home plate umpire Jake Brichta.
2 gone with a runner on second for the righty, Adrian Lopez. The pitch. High arching breaking balls in there for a strike. And that goes down as an automatic strike against Morales. Is that a forwards K or a backwards K?
That's a good question. I haven't thought about it like that.
Because technically he was looking, going back to the dugout.
Well, no, in this case he wasn't looking at the pitcher.
That's confusing. 0-1, another breaking ball. Lopez skies it out to right field. Shallow play for Stevens, running on towards the line, and he makes the play for out number 3. A whole wacky top of the 5th. Either way for Falmouth, it is no runs on no hits, no errors. 1 left on base, an automatic strikeout, a balk, you name it. We had it in that top half of the inning. Halfway home, the Kettleers and Commodores still tied at 1 apiece as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, I'm Coleman Mizell, outfielder from Alabama, and you're watching Commodores baseball on Cape TV.
I'm TJ Coates. I'm a right-handed pitcher from the University of Nebraska, and you're listening to Commodores baseball on Cape League TV.
The righty TJ Coates in relief as we begin the bottom of the 5th. Kettleers and Commodores tied at 1 apiece. Coates quickly to work, and he starts off the lefty Anderson French with the ball. TJ Coates has been phenomenal out of the bullpen so far this season. Here's his 1-0, taken outside for ball 2. This being his 4th appearance, 2nd out of the bullpen. And has only allowed just 5 earned runs in over 12 innings of work. His 2-0, back to that fastball, it's inside. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 French. Take all the way, and it's outside for ball 4. Another leadoff walk for Cotuit, and another one that only takes 4 pitches.
Yeah, a few too many 4-pitch walks today for Falmouth pitching. We saw a couple from Eshman, now one from Coates. And I think you can make an argument those have been the 2 best Commodore pitchers on the year. I mean, Coates got it the first couple of appearances and starts, and he was fantastic. He went 5 innings. I think is, unless I'm mistaken, the longest Falmouth pitcher has gone this year.
It's 2 guys that don't walk a whole lot, but strike out a whole lot. Check over to first. French back in with a dive. Here's the lefty, Jaron Avincula. He is 0 for 1. Did walk in the 3rd, came around to score for the lone run for Cotuit. First offering is a breaking ball, a slider inside. 5 pitches so far for Coates. 5 outside the strike zone. Currently in the transfer portal after 2 seasons at Nebraska. 1-0. Fastball pumps it in there for a called strike. 92 from Coates, who features that fastball about 60% of the time. Can get up to 95 on the radar gun. Kicks and deals the 1-1. Avincula turns on it, fouled on the first base slide. Schmidt put a glove to it, just a couple steps over from first base. Last game for Coates out of the bullpen, he was phenomenal. Only allowed 1 run in 5 innings of work, 8 strikeouts to 1 walk against Harwich back on Friday. In his first appearance out of the bullpen as well.
Yeah, he's gone 5 innings as a starter and reliever.
1-2, Avincula goes fishing in the dirt, golfing if you will, and swings right through the curveball for strike 3. Takes off his helmet in frustration, heading back to the dugout.
Yeah, that's just one. You feel like before the pitch you're kind of guessing and you tell yourself there's almost nothing you won't swing at. Get a little overeager.
1 gone with a runner on first for the lefty, Dean West. Single as last time up. First pitch from Coates. Breaking ball, West off the end of the bat. Hurls it into left field and foul. Two seasons so far at UCLA. You mentioned that playing time, and that role has massively increased. Batted .320 this past year with 4 home runs, 41 RBIs. Squares the bunt in the 0-1, can't get it down as it's fouled behind home plate.
Yeah, just such an important part of that lineup. I mean, it's a UCLA lineup that had a ton of really good talent. Brock Chalowski, the Big Ten Player of the Year, hitting behind him. Roman Martin was a second-team All-Big Ten member, too.
And that 6-4 win over Murray State. He was the leadoff hitter as usual, went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Coates before that 0-2. Check over at first. French back in. Seen a lot of potential pickoff moves in this one. Saw a potential pickoff out, turned into a balk last inning for Wyatt Halverson. That was a nice little debacle. 0-2 goes to the curveball and bounced in the dirt. Nicely blocked by Harrison. West not fooled on that one like Avincula was. We are in the bottom of the fifth. One out with a runner on first. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 1. We've been tied at 1 since the third inning. 1-2. Fastball swings right through it for strike 3. Coates rearing up that fastball, 94.
Yeah, Ashman reached 94 just once, but that's something Coates can kind of do with ease. I mean, we've seen him get up to 95, 96 on the year. And it's hard to put one past Dean West. He doesn't strike out a whole lot.
2 gone for switch hitter Ryan Farber. Bats from the left side against the righty TJ Coates. Drove in Avincula in that third. First offering. Skies the first pitch into shallow left field. Lopez calls everybody off, but it turns out to be Chris Newstrom who makes the play and gives a smile to Lopez as they jog back to the first base dugout. Still deadlocked at 1 apiece through 5 as the leadoff walk does no damage. As it's no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Time for the 6th inning. Falmouth 1, Cotuit 1. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Jim Murray, owner of Falmouth's historic Clam Shack, now Jim's Clam Shack. Located on scenic Falmouth Harbor, Jim's Clam Shack is a destination for the best seafood and sunsets on the Cape. We're open 7 days a week, so stop by for lunch or join us for dinner on the rooftop deck. Bring the entire family to try our wide selection of seafood and kid-friendly option. We deliver the freshest products to your plates daily. Jim's Clam Shack, proud supporter of the Falmouth Commodores.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, I'm Coleman Mizell, outfielder from Alabama, and you're watching Commodores baseball on KTV.
Top 6 from Lowell Park. Falmouth and Cotuit still tied at 1. We've been that way since the third frame. Wyatt Halverson back out there for the Kettleers, inning number 3 on the job for the righty. Back alongside my partner, Ben Haller. I'm Andrew Del Piano. 4, 5, 6 due up for the Commodores, starting with Mike Anu. Probably the most dangerous hitter on Cape Cod right now with 5 home runs. Second in OPS, second in slugging percentage as well. He has been a lot of fun to watch this summer, Ben.
A lot of fun to talk to, too. One of the brightest personalities on this Falmouth team.
First pitch from Halverson, New fooled on the curveball. He is 0 for 2 in this one. With a long fly out to center field his first time around. 0-1. Fastball taken outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. New currently in the portal. 1 season at Marshall, 2 at New Orleans. And is draft eligible. 1-1. Belts it deep into left field. Does he have number 6? Wiggins backtrack wall. See ya! It is number 6 for Mike Anu, who continues to add to his league total. Commodores in front 2-1 for the first time in the top of the 6th.
I just never know when he's going to cool off, and it's not even. I mean, 6 is now in some insurance with the league lead in home runs, but he's also had a couple of really close calls and some walls and some ones that go all the way to the wall. I mean, he is drilling baseballs. Talked about you know, if there's a game where we don't see many home runs, a game like this where the wind's doing virtually nothing and it's a deeper ballpark. But goodness gracious, Mike Anu is on fire.
390 feet for Mike Anu. His 6th home run already in 16 games on Cape Cod. The lefty Kent Schmidt takes the ball inside. And it feels too with every home run, Ben. We get more in awe, if you will, at every single one.
Well, it's a reminder to MLB scouts, too, that, you know, your teams, you guys use wooden bats.
1-0 chopped on the ground first base side. Corralled by French, steps on the bag for out number 1. I mean, there's no secret. His stock in this upcoming draft has absolutely skyrocketed.
Hard, pretty much impossible to change and rise your stock as much as he has in just 3 weeks of Summer League baseball.
And also for someone that wasn't very high on people's radars, I'd say, coming to the Cape.
Opening day lineup's usually a good way to tell. I mean, he was the 5 hitter, so you can tell Jared Saltalamacchia thought a decent amount of his power, wanted to put him in the middle of that lineup, but still, he wasn't hitting 3rd or 4th or 2nd to start the season.
First pitch taken by the lefty Osterhaus. Second offering from Halverson. Osterhaus slaps it fouled on the 3rd base side and out. Good to see him back in the lineup after missing the last couple of games. It'll be Alabama in the fall after 2 years at Purdue Fort Wayne, that program disbanding due to budget cuts. 1-1. High chopper foul back to home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 gone, nobody out in the top of the 6th. Commodores in front 2-1 over the Kettleers. And 2 offensive teams that have been very promising in these last couple of games, Ben. The pitching has been pretty impressive for both sides.
Absolutely.
Alverson takes a long look in for the 1-2. Kicks and deals. Goes to the curveball, just missing the outer 3rd. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Osterhaus. Just batting south of 300 entering today. He is 1 for 2 tonight, with 4 hits in his last 4 games. 2-2. Belts it into center field. Bojanpol racing on, and he hauls it in for out number 2. So after the leadoff home run by Mike Anu, the next 2 retired. Another big bat steps in from the right side, and Bear Harrison.
Harrison, another guy who's obviously got a lot of power. It's been a while since we've seen it, though. Both home runs came in 1 game, all the way back to the 4th game of the year when they played at Orleans.
He is 0 for 2 with a ending inning double play last time up. Alverson starts him with a ball outside. Does have those 2 home runs. That is still top 6 in the league. Still trying to get it done in other ways as well without the long ball. 1-0. Fastball, Harrison cranks one deep to left field. Wiggins back there, and he makes the grab for out number 3. Ball trying to fly all over the yard here at Cotuit, but Mike Anu delivers the big solo shot to put the Commodores back in front 2-1. We head to the bottom of the 6th with Falmouth leading by 1 here on Cape League TV.
Cotuit 2-1. I'm William Rosen. You may have heard on the broadcast the legendary "Have a Hit, Let's Have a Hit" here in Cotuit, and let's get into that a little bit. Ivan Partridge, a longtime fan and volunteer of the Cotuit Kettleers, passed away in April of 2017 at age 91. He was known for that trademark cheer. He was a presence at Cape Cod Baseball League games for over 50 years. He was a former Navy veteran, a rector from New Jersey, and he became deeply engraved in this Cotuit team. He was a team president at the end, and now he's immortalized as a PA announcement here today.
Good stuff, Will. Kettleers trailing by one, looking for a couple hits. They've only got 3 so far through 5 innings of offense. TJ Coates, the right-hander, back out there trying to keep it that way against Caden Bogenpol. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch from Coates is a curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Plenty of traditions here at Lowell Park. Opened back in 1947. 1-0. Fouled back to the screen. Kettleers have been a staple in the Cape Cod Baseball League. The most championships in the league was 17. 1-1. Another breaking ball in there for a called strike. You see it right when you walk in, Ben. The 17 plaques as you go behind home plate to commemorate all the championship teams. 1-2, rolled over foul, nearly gets into the Falmouth dugout.
Such a rich history. Team that very deserving of this nice ballpark as well. We talk about the seating. It's also just so peaceful, so pretty, and just in the middle of the woods, you know. I mean, it really feels like it's so secluded from everything.
1-2, way up and out.
And I definitely don't mean that in a negative
No,
connotation.
absolutely not. It feels like, as most of Cape Cod is, you're on island time. You're separated away from everything else. 2-2, another curveball spoiled away.
Feels like Lowell Park is on island time within the island time.
Yeah. You're just out with nature. Everybody comes up. No lights too definitely adds a peaceful aspect to it as well. 2-2. Bogenpol gets another one. Another 2-2. Breaking ball up and out. Bogenpol looking to get away from that third strikeout. 3-2. Sees another as he fouls it back.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of really good at-bats on both sides today, a lot of foul balls, and I think it's more credit to the hitters as opposed to it is a bad thing for the pitcher.
Coates comes set of the belt. He's strictly from the stretch. Here's another 3-2 outside and a well-earned walk for the Cotuit center fielder who drew 3 last night in the victory over Hyannis. And another leadoff man gets on thanks to the walk.
That's the first batter that Coates is actually second walk now.
3 straight innings with a leadoff walk for Cotuit.
And one of the 4th back on Eshman that got him out of the game.
Another lefty in this lineup. Andrew Wiggins steps in. First pitch. Another breaking ball. Drops in for a strike. Wiggins is both 0 for 2 as well. Is no stranger to the Northeast. Spent last summer with the Keene Swamp Bats of the NECBL. 0-1. Fastball roped towards center field. New drops right in front of him for a base hit. Was kind of in one of those in-between spots where if you should give the full effort or take a step back, New decided for the latter.
Big Ten on Big Ten crime. Wiggins on Coates. And Cotuit's had a lot of these situations. Mostly Eshman's been the one to work out of them. We'll see what Coates can do in a jam.
And that's been the big thing for Cotuit all season long, getting those runners in scoring position. In the first half of the year, they were batting well under 100 with runners in scoring position. It was these 2 teams that were the bottom of the barrel in that category.
Look at them the last couple of games, though.
That offense has really turned around for both sides. Camden Johnson, the lefty. Runners take off, squares the bunt, pops it up, ends up in the Kettleers dugout. A nice grab from one of their bench players. Like the small ball there from Cotuit?
I do, and I think it is a lineup that has a lot of power, but there's nobody I really look at as opposed to some other teams and star one player in their lineup as opposed to just really balanced from top to bottom. A lot of teams those do well.
Pickoff move to second, they get him. Oh, what a quick turn by TJ Coates, and Caden Bogenpole is sat down. And that is a huge first out to get the lead runner.
Again, with these pitchers, at the college level, everything's about mentality and where you are, what kind of mind space you're in. The difference between a first and second with nobody out and one out with just a runner on first is obviously big in terms of score and the situation, but also to clear your mind.
Now they'll go to first to check on Wiggins.
I mean, that wasn't even close at first, but that would be.
Hey, why not try it? Yeah.
The coolest.
Back-to-back pickoffs. There's some homework for you when the last time that happened. Count 0-1 to Johnson. Coates kicks and deals, goes to the curveball, and it's a bouncer blocked by Harrison.
Wiggins definitely a threat to steal bases too. He was 7 for 9 a season ago at Indiana.
It's been 2 very long at-bats today for the hitter Camden Johnson. A 9-pitch walk in the second, a 7-pitch walk in the fourth. Definitely drew Caden Eschman out of the game. Another pickoff move. Wiggins back in with a dive. And every time you kind of see multiple pickoff moves, it does make you appreciate the 2 disengagement rule a little bit more.
Of course, it's very different from the MLB to it is in college.
How about another? Not even a tag applied from Schmidt.
You definitely appreciate MLB's
correct
disengagement, not the college one. Of course, does not count as a disengagement if you throw in college.
1-1. Chopper off a home plate, trickles down the first base line and foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Camden Johnson.
But I mean, it has been a topic of discussion. I don't have the numbers, but I would love to see the numbers. Just pure whole league combined success rate on stolen base attempts. I mean, we haven't seen a whole lot of runners thrown out at second base this year.
Is that more credit to good jumps by the runners or maybe some slower moves by the pitchers?
Some timing issues too, new pitchers with new catchers.
Speaking of that, the runner takes off. This is a ball foul that jumps over third base, but Jake Bridgestad doesn't think so, and Lauren Hibbs is going to step out of his third base dugout.
We're pretty close to the third base line. That looked really close.
From our angle, that feel like it did jump over third. It was fielded on the back end by Osterhaus. He didn't make an immediate play because he immediately saw it was foul.
That's the best from Lauren Hibbs.
Just asked out to the crowd if anyone wants to come in and ump.
Says that Jay Brickta is just making stuff up.
He has not been happy today. 1-2 count, runner on first with 1 out. Bottom 6, Falmouth 2-1 over Cotuit. 1-2, runner takes off again, another hit and run, but rope fouled on the first base side. Someone in the crowd just yelled, fair ball.
He's got to be careful too. He's already got his warning back when he came and argued about that balk.
Johnson back into the lefty batter's box. He has had some long at-bats in this one.
There's no telling, though, that would definitely would have been a hit.
On the ground to the second baseman, Arroyo goes the short way to second in time, and Lopez can't turn it up quick enough. But either way, once again, Falmouth does get the lead runner off of second base.
That's my point on that fair foul call. There's a good chance Osterhaus throws him out at first, I think, even if that is a fair ball.
Catcher number 29, Jack Nattilli, Cincinnati.
And you would love to play the what-if game all night. 2 gone, runner on first. Jackson Nattilli from the right side. DJ Coates looking to close out his second inning of work. His first offering, not offered at, inside for ball 1. Nattilli is 1 for 2 with a single in the second. Way up and out. Harrison thought about a throw down to first. Silly, the rising junior from Cincinnati, was one of the top catchers coming out of the state of Pennsylvania. Went to Rutgers before transferring over. Coates a look over before the 2-0. Checks on Johnson.
There's a lot of chirping going on at the umpires right now. Some stuff can't be repeated.
Coates is 2-0. Johnson does take off. It's a called strike throw down. Is not in time. A stolen base for Johnson.
Back to the point right there. Johnson's got a lot of speed and feels like it's almost a 90% success rate. Runners down to second.
That is his 8th stolen base this summer. Puts him in the top 4. 2-1 count to Natilli. The pitch on the ground of the third base side. Osterhouse fields across in time for out number 3. So plenty of action on the base pass, but nothing across for Cotuit. No runs on 1 hit. No errors with the 1 left on base. We are through 2/3 of this ball game. Falmouth leading 2-1 as we go to the 7th on Cape League TV.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
My name is Kent Schmidt, and I play first base from Georgia Tech, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Falmouth through 6 from Lowell Park here in Cotuit. Back alongside Ben Haller, I'm Andrew Della Piana. Wyatt Halverson still in relief for Cotuit. He's been keeping them in this ball game. Did give up that solo home run to Micah New in the top of the 6th. This will be the 4th inning for Halverson. That's really been the only mark on his record. 8-9-1 due up for Falmouth, starting with the righty Ben Royo. First pitch from Halverson is below the knees for ball 1. Royo entered this ball game just 2 for 18. Picked up a single in the 2nd. Came off the bat at 100 miles per hour. Haven't seen him in a whole lot of starts this season. 1-0. Breaking ball, he rolls over fair down the third base side. Gloved on the backhand by Johnson across for out number 1. Nice play by Johnson. We've seen a lot of range from him tonight.
That ball seemed a lot more foul than the one that we saw last half inning. But we are behind home plate. I don't really want Jake Brickton to hear me, so maybe I'll lower my voice on that one.
Well, he's heard a lot of Lauren Hibbs tonight, so I don't think hearing us would matter too much.
Do broadcasters still get the warning before they get the heave like coaches do?
Well, you remember that PA announcer that got thrown out for playing three blind mice, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if we're at that point. One gone for the righty. Chris Newstrom fooled on the changeup. Newstrom trying to build off of another nice performance last night where he did go 2 for 4. Has reached safely twice tonight.
It's not the first time I thought about that, though. I mean, you remember the Aaron Boone ejection when it was the fan above him, above the dugout, that said something that got Boone ejected? I mean, we're talking all the time. I mean, what if something like that were to happen?
You can blame it on the fans, but there's no fans behind us. Oh no.
But of course, again, I am not. Jake Bricht, I thought, has actually done a very good job today.
Agreed. 1-2, a called strike at the letters.
And it's never a good situation to a grounder down the third base line when you got the three-man umpiring crew and a runner on first base. There is no umpire at third base, so it's
correct.
A tougher call to make for the plate umpire.
1-2. Oh my!
Gosh.
That ball got out of play.
I've never seen that before in my life. That is, and it's one pitch. It's not his fault. Ball slipped. I mean this in a very lighthearted way. That is the worst pitch I've ever seen in the sport of baseball. It went over the stands. It went over the first base stands.
That left over the netting, and the gate here to get into the ballpark is pretty tall. I'd say about 15, 20 feet. That didn't even register on the TrackMan because it was so far away.
It came home over the first base dugout and third base dugout over the third base stands.
I really want to talk to the people down the third base line and say, do you think that was a foul ball just hitting your general direction?
It's funny, every single time they hit a foul ball near fans, it just happened, the PA announcer announces, again, beware of foul balls. He did not mention beware of pitches that leave the playing field into the stands.
2-2 from Halverson, rolled over, foul third base line. We have never seen anything like that.
No.
That was
and
fantastic.
I want to ask Jared Saltalamacchia, who's been in baseball more than anyone here right now, if he's ever seen that before. You've seen it slip and go all the way to the backstop, up as high as it can to the net, but I don't know.
2-2. Another breaking ball. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Newstrom.
I am excited to go back and look at the Cotuit TV broadcast of that pitch.
Yeah, we'll save that one for the archives at the end of the summer.
I mean, I giggled like a child on that. I mean, it was just my first reaction to what that pitch was.
3-2 Newstrom off the end of the bat to the shortstop. He makes the play. Barber, cool, calm, and collected. Was a little off balance as it wasn't well struck off the bat, and there's 2 up, 2 outs.
Top of the order for Falmouth, number 8.
That one's going to be a tough one to get over, Ben.
Yeah, I'm going to be thinking about that pitch for a while. And no exaggeration, like I said, very lighthearted way. That was the worst pitch I have ever seen. I mean, he got the out. It's not. That's the best part about it, all of it too.
2 gone in the top of the 7th, top of the order for Carl Schmidt. First pitch inside, nearly hits him. He has to duck out of the way. That his dugout telling him to wear it, or Cotuit's?
It felt like a home reaction to that, but they were upset about the call. I don't know.
1-0, bounce in the dirt.
Last thing I'll say about the pitch
ahead.
Is it actually is a good sign. A lot of times when you see pitches like that, it's because a pitcher gets hurt. It looks to be okay.
2-0. Inside for ball 3. I've never been a part of a looser ballpark right now in my life.
Upset at the umpires, witnessing first things ever, getting upset about the wrong team. I don't know what's been going on the last few innings.
3-0. Schmidt takes it inside for ball 4. Didn't really have to move his bat off his shoulder for that walk.
Number 2, Antonio Morales, right fielder, Wake Forest.
2 gone in the top of the 7th. Falmouth 2, Cotuit 1. Looking for a little bit of insurance. Halverson, after he might tell you one of the most embarrassing pitches of his life.
But that's the beauty of baseball. It was a truly horrible pitch, and he got the out.
Okay. They don't ask how, they just ask how many. As Morales takes the first pitch, ball up and away. My best thing, too, is looking at his expression. He was all smiles.
There's no way you can't laugh at that.
1-0. Morales on a fastball off the end of the bat towards the shortstop. Farber hauls it in for out number 3. What an inning that was. Falmouth still in front, 2-7. Time to stretch here in Cotuit. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left on base, and one wild, wild pitch. We'll be right back after this.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
I'm Carl Schmidt, utility player from the University of California, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Sun starting to set on a beautiful night here at Lowell Park. Commodores 2, Kettleers 1, bottom 7th. Alongside Ben Haller, I'm Andrew Del Piana. We've collected our bearings, got all the good laughs out. Our producer Dan Papillo just sent us the meme of 50 Cent's famous, or infamous I should say, first pitch at Citi Field. That one was definitely up there. Either way, Commodores clinging to a one-run lead with TJ Coates still out there for another inning of relief. His first pitch to the lefty Nolan Stevenson is in there for a strike. Third inning of relief for Coates, has only allowed one hit so far. His pitch, another swing and a miss. Blows the fastball by Stevens quickly, 0-2.
I mean, this is such an interesting game, too, with so many different ways. We talk about how loose the ballpark's been, but this is a 2-1 game and a very important game between two rivals. Two teams are going to see each other 5 times, and divisional opponents that we're going to see 5 times. And I had to go to my phone to rewatch that pitch.
These two teams will meet tomorrow night on July 4th. 1-2, Coates, breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. Stevenson bouncing up and down at home plate. Doesn't think that one was in the zone. Either way, it's out number 1. Third strikeout for TJ Coates, as we will get a pinch hitter for Cotuit to provide a little bit of spark in the offense. It's the left-hander, Rintaro Sasaki, the rising sophomore from Stanford. Highly touted coming out of high school. As you hear the crowd erupt here. He has been a fan favorite, no doubt.
Took the words out of my mouth.
Was the preseason National Freshman of the Year. First pitch from Coates. Take all the way, and it's a called strike.
Had his first home run here at Lowell Park not too long ago as well.
And the numbers won't jump off the screen. He only went 3 for 27 so far in 9 games. The 0-1 out and away for ball 1.
A lot of raw power, a lot of strength. You could tell there were people even getting excited for him when he was taking batting practice today too.
1-1, change up in there for a strike on the outer third. TJ Coates has been placing that perfectly. Sasaki, his father the head coach at his high school, also a place where Shohei Ohtani played his high school ball.
It's a decent guy.
I would say so. 1-2, breaking ball just inside. Sasaki finished his freshman season batting .270, 24 runs scored. The 2-2, fastball popped up in the air, shallow left field. Newstrom, not the one who makes the grab, it's Osterhaus with his toes on the grass for the second out.
And this is kind of similar to what we saw in both of Coates' 5-inning appearances. He had one 5-inning start, one 5-inning relief appearance, where it kind of felt like more of the trouble came in the first 2 innings and it was settled in 3, 4, 5, and you asked yourself, like, is there a possibility that he could go 6. I mean, that's kind of unheard of here at the Cape.
Trying to go another 1-2-3. Avincula fouled on the first base line. But the interesting thing about TJ Coates is he only had eight appearances this past year for Nebraska. 5 relief. It wasn't really a long guy. His longest outings were 2 innings, if that. But now he started the first 2 as the starter and has been a great life out of the bullpen. The 0-1 up the middle. Fielded on the front hand by Arroyo. Couple steps and makes the play for out number 3. But Avincula takes a tumble down the first base line. He looks to be all right as he gets back to his feet. But that was not the most pretty finish there from Avincula. He's going to stretch things out. Hopefully he's all right. We'll tell you on the other side. 2-1 Commodores through 7. 6 outs to go for Falmouth before victory number 8 on the season. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just one click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
Hi, I'm Michael Kasparian, President of the Falmouth Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is here for the benefit of the whole community. Whether you're a local business or a visitor, Falmouth has endless offerings, from its beautiful beaches and historical sites to its local shopping and eateries. The Chamber bridges the 8 villages, providing visitors with all the tools to make their trip one to remember. Our visitor center is located in downtown Falmouth, just off of Main Street. Come by and meet our team. The Falmouth Chamber of Commerce, your community connection.
I'm Adrian Lopez, an infielder from University of Southern California, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Top 8 from Lowell Park. Commodores 2, Kettleers 1. Back alongside Ben Haller, I'm Andrew Del Piana. New arm out there for Cotuit. It's the rising senior from Northeastern. The right-hander, number 41, Charlie Walker, gets the baseball. A local guy, plays his college ball in Boston. He's from Milton, Mass, and he was phenomenal this past season with the Huskies. A 3rd-team All-American at the 4th best single-season ERA in program history. Nearly got it to 1 earned run. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, and he was really a big part of that historic season for Northeastern and a historic win streak he went on. 173 batting average against him. I mean, he was virtually unhittable. But you do see the best hitters here at the Cape. He has given up some runs, still a pretty good numbers, but 9 earned through a total of 9 innings so far. Just walked 2 batters and his 8 strikeouts.
So Lauren Hibbs brings on the local guy to try to shut down 3, 4, 5 of the Commodores lineup, clinging to this 1-run lead in the 8th. First pitch from the righty is sent right back up the middle. Broken bat from Lopez past the diving effort of Farber. It's in there for a base hit.
Another really good piece of hitting for Adrian Lopez. With the broken bat, I mean, that's something you just got to have to adjust to.
Didn't get all of it off the bat, but just enough to sneak into center field. Mike Anu digs in from the right side. A home run in the 6th to give Falmouth a 2-1 advantage. His 6th on Cape Cod. Now leads the league by 2. A little bit of cushion. The pitch. Breaking ball from Walker, catches the zone. He touched on New in his remarkable summer so far. This top 5 in just about every single offensive category. 0-1. Another breaking ball. This one tailing outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lopez on first thanks to that leadoff single. Nobody gone in the top of the 8th. Falmouth 2, Cotuit 1. Walker comes set of the belt, kicks and deals. Breaking ball, New Ropes it into left field. A high towering fly ball in foul territory. Is anyone going to get there? No. Johnson gave it a long run from third. Also, Wiggins had a chance at it.
Yeah, just an awkward run from Johnson. If he was going to make that play, it was going to be a completely over-the-shoulder catch. She didn't really have a chance on it.
It's funny, Mike Anu hit 14 home runs in the spring for Marshall. He's got 6 in 16 games with the Commodores this summer. 1-2. Breaking ball just above the zone. Walker didn't think so, as he kind of hides his mouth in his mitt just a little bit, heading back to the bump.
Yeah, there's Cotuit dugout's really frustrated, and if you're Hibbs right now, he really does not want to argue strikes and balls.
Absolutely
with
not.
His warning already.
Walker likes the sign from Natilli. Kicks and deals the 2-2. Back to the breaking ball, foul back to the screen. New was way out in front of it, came in at 71 miles per hour. He's lucky to stay alive.
Well, that's what Walker made so effective. It's so tough to slow down your swing and be able to fully wait on a 71-mile-an-hour pitch.
Walker takes a deep breath. Another 2-2. Lopez takes off. New puts it on the ground to the third baseman Johnson. He vacuums it up, puts it across for out number 1. Lopez advances up to second. Should also note that Rintaro Sasaki, the pinch hitter last inning for Cotuit, he is now in at first base for Anderson French.
It's a good thing Lopez taken off too. That could have potentially been a double play if he wasn't, but now runner in scoring position with just 1 out. For a guy who's been a lot better recently with runners in scoring position.
That is the lefty Kent Schmidt, who has reached 2 of 3 times tonight. First offering from Walker is a fastball below the knees for ball 1. We talked about both teams having their runners in scoring position struggles. I think Kent Schmidt was a big part of that. There was a game where he left the bases loaded twice. 1-0. Fastball inside for ball 2.
And part of that 2-game stretch, he left it loaded 3 times.
Then came up last Wednesday in the victory over Bourne, had that big 2-run single for his first pair of RBIs this season. 2-0 from Walker. Another fastball outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Schmidt, and he's 1 pitch away from loading him up.
I don't really see these command issues a lot from Walker this year. He walked 5 batters and 48 2/3 innings pitched.
A look at second, his 3-0. Take all the way from Schmidt, and it's a fastball once more right down Main Street. Schmidt trying to bring that power back over from Georgia Tech. Hit .397 in the spring that led the ACC. It's been down just above the Mendoza line this summer. Hitters count at 3-1 the pitch. Breaking ball, Schmidt launches into right field. Didn't get enough of it though. Stevens middle depth of right field. Makes the catch. Runner tags from second. Going to be a long throw to third. A one-hopper. Lopez just barely in there. Didn't think that one was going to be a close call.
You didn't, and that's why I agree with the decision. It's a tough throw to make from right, but also I don't know if that's something you really need to risk. Possibly making the third out at third base, but Lopez got in there with no problem.
Justin Osterhaus.
Lopez at third, 2 gone, top 8. Commodores 2, Kettleers 1. It's been that way since the 6th. Osterhaus looking for a little bit of insurance for Falmouth. Lopez a little jolty over at third. The first pitch, high breaking ball is above the zone. Trying to play a little bit of cat and mouse with the righty, if you will.
Well, Johnson's not holding him on at all at third base, so that really gives him free rein to do whatever he wants.
Walker turns and fires the 1-0. Chopped on the ground, fouled on the first base line. For Osterhaus, just 2 RBIs so far this season. Has yet to have one in the last 6 games. He is 1 for 3 with a single back in the 4th. A low-scoring affair between these two squads from the West. 1-1. Breaking ball, Osterhaus turns on it, ropes it into the netting. Foul once more.
Very early, but if Osterhaus straightens that out, he's put the barrel on the ball a couple of times tonight. Nice to see him get that single in just a second at bat back, and then a pretty deep fly out back at the 6th.
1-2 count to Osterhaus with 2 outs in the 8th. Walker's 1-2, breaking ball. Osterhaus just gets a piece of it. A protective swing.
Yeah, that was a very defensive swing. I like to see him flip the script a little bit on that.
Sun completely behind the clouds as we are just about an hour away from sunset. Did have a tie last night in YD. Only got to play 8 in this one. Another 1-2. Osterhaus ropes it to second base. Diving effort by Avincula. Makes the play over to first. Oh my. A tip of the cap to the newest Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket for saving a run, as the Commodores could have taken a 2-run lead, but it will stay 1 after the great defensive play by Avincula. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. The 1 left on base at third. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cotuit 1, Falmouth 2. We'll be right back.
Introducing Open Cape, the local nonprofit internet service provider in this region. Open Cape's fast and reliable network is 100% fiber optic, providing affordable internet connectivity. To learn more, visit opencape.org and always speak with a live Open Cape representative. Open Cape, providing choice and competition for your home or business and the official internet provider of your Falmouth Commodores.
We are Open Cape.
Hi, my name is Matt Burgess, General Manager here at Falmouth Country Club. We have a unique 27-hole public golf course with a beautiful layout that is family-oriented. Kids play free here at Falmouth Country Club. Getting on the course is quick and easy with our app. You can book tee times, get yardages with GPS, use our interactive scorecard, track your stats, and receive exclusive in-app offers. Falmouth Country Club is a true Cape Cod classic and a local family favorite.
See you on the course.
I'm Zach Johnston, a pitcher from Wake Forest, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
Bottom 8 from Lowell Park. Falmouth 2, Cotuit 1. Getting down to the end of this ball game. Last couple of chances up for the Kettleers. They still have to go through TJ Coates. 4th inning out of the bullpen for him. He's been phenomenal. Just 1 hit allowed. 2 free passes, 3 strikeouts. 2-3-4 due up for Cotuit. Starting with the lefty Dean West.
Yeah, this might be the best opportunity in the last couple innings too, with the spot in the lineup they have up.
Change up from Coates on the first pitch, a called strike to West. 1 for 3 tonight with a single in the 3rd. Oh, 1 taken inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to West. Coates likes to work quickly. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, foul behind home plate. Just in front of us, down the first base line. Coates looking for back-to-back outings with very little damage out of the bullpen. 1-2. Ball outside.
More chirping from the Cotuit dugout at home plate umpire.
Check swing from West. He did go around, said third base umpire Jim Franesca. And there's 1 out. Strikeout number 4 for TJ Coates.
Not to take away, though, from what TJ Coates is doing right now. It's just vintage TJ Coates. I mean, the first few appearances have all looked the same for him. That kind of consistency is so tough. I mean, you could see the offense getting better within the league the last few weeks. And for him to just stay dialed in like that.
Keeps that going with the called strike to Ryan Farber. 1 gone, bottom 8. Nobody on for Cotuit, trailing by 1. Farber has the lone RBI in this one that drove in Avincula back in the 3rd. 0-1, breaking ball outside. look up, TJ Coates is already firing that ball down. Wastes no time. Even Farber just taking a couple moments to get back in the box. 1-1. Fastball, Farber elevates deep to right field. Morales back to the track, to the wall, leaps up, it is gone, and we are tied. A solo home run to right field for Ryan Farber. We are even at 2 apiece in the bottom of the 8th.
There's not a better time for your first home run of the summer. Farber just got a fastball up. Right when we were talking about TJ Coates moving quick. Sometimes you lose a pitch here and there, and Farber made it pay.
It was that little ounce of patience where he slowed down Coach just a little bit and made him pay with a fastball middle. Ball taken outside to Caden Bogingle. First time we've been tied since the 3rd, excuse me.
Yeah, 3rd.
Message in the Cotuit dugout right now is just to slow down Coates. 2-0 takes a big hack. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-1. Take for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh my goodness. Falmouth, or Cotuit dugout really upset with that.
Coates is 2-2 on the way. On the ground, under the glove, or knocked down by Schmidt. Is Coates going to get there in time to cover? Yes, he is.
It's good recovery by Kent Schmidt. There's been a couple of times this year where I've been impressed with, hard hit ball right at him, can't quite make the play, but he recovers. He's done that really well this year.
Bogingle is retired for the 3rd time. 2 gone, bottom 8, tied at 2. Here's Andrew Wiggins. He's 1 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Coates a deep breath, kicks and deals the 0-1. Wiggins takes it just outside, missing the outer 3rd. One. Wiggins lost one deep into left center field. Knew a couple steps to his right. Sticks up the tan glove and hauls it in for out number 3. But the damage is done. The solo home run by Ryan Farber. We are even at 8 as we go to the 9th. Thanks to 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no left on base for Cotuit. 2-2 through 8.
Are you looking for that perfect pregame meal? Supreme Pizza has you covered. Its extensive menu has everything from pies and calzones to salads and subs. And with its online ordering system, delicious food is just 1 click away.
It's an honor to support the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Supreme Pizza is open every day of the week. Order online or stop by their store located at 147 T-Ticket Highway and try a slice today.
You'll always be safe at home with the Diana Lucevero Group at Compass Real Estate.
I'm Bear Harrison, catcher from Texas A&M College, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
To the top of the 9th from Lowell Park, and this game completely flipped on its head after Ryan Farber tied this ball game at 2 with a solo shot to right field. Falmouth 2, Cotuit 2. Ben Haller, Andrew Del Piana back with you.
It's getting pretty dark here, Andrew.
It's just that conversation between the umpires and the managers.
My best guess would be they'll play the 9th. I don't think we'll play an extra inning, though, if they needed one. I don't. Yeah, that's my guess right now.
Feels very deja vu to what happened last night at YD. Charlie Walker still out there. Starts off the righty Bear Harrison with a strike.
And I don't know if the science is there behind this. Maybe this is more logic. This is just purely me asking the question. Being in the woods with so many trees, it gets dark a little earlier, right?
I think so.
Because the sunset would be, I mean, I think.
I would hide behind the trees a little bit more is what you're getting at?
Yeah.
We'll go to our meteorologist, Dan Papillo, for that one. 1-1 from Walker. Harrison spanks it towards right field, but right there is Stevenson to make the play.
And now you're Falmouth, you got 7, 8, 9 in the lineup too, which has done a decent job, but talked about Cotuit really needing that bottom of the 8th to come through because of the spot in the lineup it was. AI overview says, no, the sun does not set faster in a forest. The speed of the sunset is determined by the Earth's rotation. But the visibility, right? The visibility of seeing the sun gets a little earlier.
Why don't you ask the mobile device that one? First pitch to Royo is outside. One gone in the top of the 9th. Falmouth 2, Cotuit 2.
I don't trust AI overview yet. You got to give it a couple years.
Yeah, well, you know.
Doesn't have all the information.
1-0 from Walker. Breaking ball blocked in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. We'll have that conversation 15 years again when we're talking about the conference realignment. Royo is 1 for 3. With a pair of ground outs over to Johnson at third. Walker, the 2-0. Another breaking ball right at the knees, a called strike.
See, yes, visibility gets darker faster in a forest, especially at forest floor level as the sun begins to set.
Do you trust AI now?
Of course. I would never not trust AI. I don't know what you're talking about.
Royo calls time at home plate to collect his bearings. Even though there hasn't been a lot of scoring, there's been plenty of action, whether that's been some out-of-action utilities or maybe even a wild pitch over the fence. We never know. 2-1. Fastball. Royo elevates it out into the press box.
Yours to keep, courtesy of Cotuit Liquors.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Ben Royo. Rising junior from Texas A&M. First season at Rice before going to College Station. Walker comes set from the windup, the pitch. Breaking ball is just inside. Catcher Jackson Noltean was ready to throw that down to first for a called strike 3, didn't get it. Payoff pitch is low for ball 4. An earned walk for Ben Royo with 1 gone in the 9th.
26, Chris.
Yeah, I like today for Royo. I mean, a couple of at-bats or plate appearances. He's just so patient. And a lot of times that's hard when you're someone who's not getting a ton of starts.
Here comes the pitching coach, Tim O'Connor, to speak with Charlie Walker.
Number 775418.
There is a reliever warming up in the bullpen. It is a right-hander. It looks like O'Connor is going to take the baseball away from Charlie. We'll tell you who the new Cotuit arm is after a short break. Commodores 2, Kettleers 2, top 9 with 1 gone.
For Cotuit is a rising junior, number 48, Tyler Albanese from San Jose State. He gets the baseball with 1 out, a runner on first, a tie ball game at 2. And a phenomenal spring, second team All-Mountain West. He had 9 saves on the season. That was tied for third most in a single season in Spartan history. He gets the ball in place of Charlie Walker. Trying to get 2 outs, give his team a chance in the bottom of the 9th. Not sure if we might get to that 10th inning if this does go tied after 9. Again, I said it to you off the air. Feels like deja vu from YD last night.
Yeah, certainly. Just kind of later in the game because the game has moved much quicker today. I'll tell you what, though, before we get this first pitch, I don't think San Jose State or San Diego State fans very happy with that slip up. 2 rivals.
Yeah, you're right.
That's you.
You're right on me. That's the personal foul on me.
San State rival.
Here's the righty Chris Newstrom. Pitch from is in there for a strike. Albanese, one of the younger guys on the Cape, turns 20 in the middle of September. His 6th appearance so far, sub-5 ERA, 2 saves. Not in a safe spot here, though. 0-1, breaking ball in there for a called strike. Newstrom was that recipient earlier, if you will, of that wild pitch from Wyatt Halverson. And during the break, we got to see the replay of that. And the expression on his face was phenomenal. The 0-2. Fastball inside, and it hit Newstrom. So Newstrom catches a break in the 0-2 count as he gets plunked and heads down to first base.
Yeah, how about the job 8-9 has done getting on base today? Newstrom's now been on 3 times. Single walk hit by pitch. Royo with the single and a walk. Obviously, the big walk now puts him at second.
3, top of the order, Carl Schmidt. The designated hitter, Cal Berkeley.
So a pair of SEC guys on the base pass. Royo at second, Newstrom at first. Top of the lineup for an ACC guy in Carl Schmidt. 1 gone, top 9, Falmouth 2, Cotuit 2. Pitch from Albanese. Royal takes off. It's a ball. Throw down to third is not in time. Or did they get him? No, they did get him. Excuse me, Schmidt was blocking my view of the third base umpire. Royo thrown out at third. There's 2 gone.
Yeah, I got a few questions after that one. Falmouth got to regroup.
That last pitch was a ball to Schmidt. It's on the way. Curveball catches the inner third for a called strike. Newstrom did not take off, so he is still at first. 2 outs, top 9. Commodores 2, Kettleers 2. Albanese turns and fires. Fastball on the ground. Couple of hops for Johnson. Will take the long way to first in time, and that is out number 3. So Royal caught stealing at third. Cotuit with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. The Kettleers can get it done in the bottom half. Can they do so to complete the comeback? You'll just have to find out on the other side on Cape League TV. time for the bottom of the ninth from Bull Park. All even at 2 between the Commodores and the Kettleers. Bullpen has come in for Cotuit, and that's usually a good sign that this might be the final inning due to some daylight. Just about 30 minutes away from sunset, but as we discovered earlier through AI, it gets a little bit darker when you're in the forest. TJ Coates back out there. First offering is a called strike against the lefty Camden Johnson. He will see 6, 7, 8 in the Cotuit lineup. Did give up that game-tying home run to Ryan Farber last inning, and looking to salvage this one for the Commodores. The 0-1, breaking ball, roped on the ground, corralled by Schmidt, calls off Coates, race to the bag, and Schmidt wins it for the first out.
It's a pretty favorable spot for Coates, too. Again, just feel like he's gotten better as the game has gone on in each of his appearances so far. But just made one mistake. I know he's going to be regretting, even if he gets out of this in a tie game, and it's still a 5-inning, 1-run appearance.
Natelli way out in front of the changeup, 78 from Coates. 1 gone, bottom 9th. Commodores 2, Kettleers 2. Leadoff man retired in Johnson. The 0-1, breaking ball, punched the other way towards right field. Morales couple steps over and brings it in. There's 2 up, 2 down.
I really don't think the bullpen would come in if they were so confident, unless they're confident that
that's going to be the game for Tyler Albanese? Or
if Albanese, yeah, it's going to stay in the game. Like, I don't know.
They're not as rowdy as YD was last night. That was pretty insane.
Well, if anyone's rowdy as YD was last night, though, I love that atmosphere.
That's also true. 2 gone. First pitch, a ball inside to Nolan Stevens, the lefty. 0 for 3, grounded into an inning-ending double play back in the 4th. Also a strikeout victim of Coates in the 7th. The 1-0. Fastball just above the letters. Coates gets that ball back, ready to go once more. Only 7 seconds off the pitch clock. The 2-0. Bouncer in the dirt, but it hit the front foot of Stevens on the curveball. You could hear that one. 2-out base runner for the Kettleers, the potential game-winning run.
And another pinch hitter for Cotuit too, and this is such an interesting thing too. A huge at-bat, game-winning run on base at the bottom of the 9th, and you get the teammate matchup. TJ Coates to Case Sanderson, Nebraska on Nebraska.
Maybe done by plan by Lauren Hibbs. We'll never know.
They definitely wanted the lefty on righty matchup.
Coates' first pitch inside for ball 1. Case Sanderson, the rising junior at Nebraska. His 14th appearance of the season. Below the Mendoza line in average. Coates comes set. Here's 1-0. Fastball on a line, dropping into center field for a base hit. Stevens around second. Throw down to third, not in time. The Kettleers have the game-winning run 90 feet away, thanks to the pitch hit single by Case Sanderson.
And now it is decision time for Jared Saltilamakia too. You get to the top of the lineup, the league's leader in batting average and hits a season ago, and Jared and Vincula. So you go to Zach Johnston for just 1 out, or is this TJ Coates' game to close?
And also remember, Vincula made that diving play back in the 8th to keep it at 2-1, and here comes Jared Saltilamakia. TJ Coates, no doubt a phenomenal performance, is responsible for the runners at first and third. Saltilamakia is going to take the baseball away from him as the Kettleers are a swing away from winning the ball game. We'll tell you who the new Falmouth arm is. 2-2 bottom 9, runners at the corners. Why would you want to go anywhere? We'll be right back on Cape League TV.
I'm Zach Johnston, a pitcher from Wake Forest, and you're listening to Commodores Baseball on Cape League TV.
This will be the final frame no matter what. We just heard it from home plate umpire Jake Brincha during that break. And the guy to try to shut it down with 2 outs, runners at the corners in a tie ball game is the lefty Zach Johnson. On for appearance number 4, has yet to allow an earned run in 2 2/3. 2 walks to 5 strikeouts. He gets the top man in Jared Avincula to try to win it.
So, unless it's a walk or a hit by pitch, this will be the last plate appearance of the game 2. Now you're starting to get that rowdiness from YD last night.
Cotuit fans come to their feet looking for a 3-game win streak after a really tough start. Johnson comes set at the belt. First pitch is taken for a called strike. This is the guy you want up in Jared Avincula.
And I think for Falmouth too, it's the guy you want on the mound.
Lefty on lefty matchup, the 0-1. Half-hearted swing from Avincula. Did he go around? No, he didn't. Says third base umpire Jim Fonseca. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stevens the runner on third. That is Sanderson at first. 1-1 count with 2 outs. The pitch from Johnson. Taken inside for ball 2. Lenny on their feet here at Lowell Park looking for a walk-off. 2-1. Avincula on the ground, fair ball third base side, tough play for Osterhaus. A bouncer in the dirt, he's gonna beat it out, and that is the ball game. An infield single for Jared Avincula. He is the hero as the Kettleers complete the comeback and knock off the Commodores 3-2 tonight from Lowell Park.
Just a tough ending. And again, very long season. The grounder to third base is the one that wins it. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 9th inning. There were so many different ways and reasons it felt like Falmouth really had this game. And Cotuit's hot. No other way to put it. They have now beat the best.
And I think for this Kettleers squad, as they continue to heat up just a little bit, Ben, and now winners of 3 straight, taking down the 2 division winners as well, I should say the 2 division leaders as well in Hyannis and then eventually YD. Cotuit really finding its form right now after this 3-2 victory, but another heartbreaker for Falmouth. And you know, they led for a majority of the ball game, that big stinker in the 8th thanks to the solo home run, and then you get walked off in the 9th. It's been games like this where you kind of really have to step back and really think you had to win this one.
Signing up here, our player of the game, we've had some consultations. Our official scorer, Nate Carrero, scoreboard operator, Harrison Rand. We've come up with 3 players of the game.
Cotuit takes this one 3-2 thanks to the walk-off by Jared Avincula. Just game 1 of this home-and-home between these 2 teams. These 2 teams will meet tomorrow night at Gulf Fuller Field at 5 o'clock. We'll have a July 4th special for you. That one, an earlier start 1 hour prior. We'll be on the air at 4:40 with opening the door, getting you going at 4:50. But for our entire crew here from Lowell Park, our producer Dan Papillo, our 3rd member of our crew William Rosen,